Let's fucking do it. Yeah, let's do it, man. Let's get it, man. Just do it. Give it 110%. Hello, all. Welcome to the Dark Room. I am Paul Hinton, the dude in the Dark Room. It is Friday, December 2nd. It's just about 8:30 p.m. here in California. And it's a Fauxtography Friday here in the Dark Room. So we're going to be doing some Fallout 76 photography, launching some enemies into the air, photographing them flying around, getting some cool landscapes, getting some cool portraits, getting some cool architecture in there. You know, we're going to futz around with all of these things. If you want to watch any of the previous installments of our Fauxtography Friday franchise here, check out the YouTube we got going on. Pretty much all the streams end up on YouTube, along with nice little short clips from each stream. Best shots that we've taken on each stream end up on there as clips. So if you don't have time to watch like the full stream, or you're just not into these long form content type videos, you got some nice bite-sized clips up there for your pleasure as well. And TikTok also has same short clip type stuff. And eventually, what we were working on every time we do one of these streams, we will have a nice, well-rounded video detailing the photography in this game. All the games we play on here. We are basically always working on a photography in said media video. So in this case, Fallout 76 is our game we're playing tonight. And we'll have a nice detailed explanation of the photography in this game, what we've been doing with it, what we like about it, what we would change, all that good stuff. And eventually that'll be up on there along with all the other games and other media types that we're always talking about and playing on here. So check that out if you're into this kind of stuff. Keep that on your radar. Also, we have a pretty cool website we're working on. It's in, slowly getting built. But we have a dedicated website for this game specifically. And that is our ProSnap cameraclub.com website, where you can see just a small amount of the photos that we've taken in this game. Eventually, there'll be a lot more stuff up on there, but right now it's just some examples of the photos that we're taking here on the stream. And we will be detailing eventually. I've been talking about this for so long, but we will be detailing the customization of this camera because in our game here, this is actually the camera model that they based the in-game camera item off of. This is an Argus C3, which is called ProSnap Camera Deluxe in the game. And one of the coolest things about it in the game is that we have customizable camera skins. We have interchangeable lenses. A lot of cool details in the game with this camera. So what we're going to do is just customize it to look and be branded specifically as a Argus, or I'm sorry, as a ProSnap Camera Deluxe as opposed to an Argus. And that will all be documented on the YouTube and the TikTok and the ProSnap Camera Club website as well. So just keep all those things on your radar if you like this kind of thing. Also, we have a really cool group of people on Discord. And if you want to keep up to date with all this crap that I'm talking about, Discord's a good place to keep an eye on as well. Got a lot of really cool people on there who share their photography and their artwork. And I would love to see what other people are doing. So if you have any game photography that you've been doing and you want to share it with a group of people that are very much in love with that type of thing, check out the Discord. Post on the Discord. Say hi on the Discord. And other than that, I think we can basically just get started. It's Friday, so I hope everybody enjoyed their week and had a good week. Hope you guys didn't have anything too terrible happen to you. I hope you're ready to just kick back, relax, and have some fun, because that's what we're going to do here. If you haven't had a good day, I'm going to invite you right now just to take a deep breath, just relax a little bit. Once we're here in the dark room, we're going to just have some fun and take some pictures, some photographic fun, and just leave your worries outside for now. They'll be there when you get back, but for now, we're just going to relax and have some fun. And other than that, I definitely recommend you play a game that you enjoy playing, especially if you can shoot some photos in there. Take some photos in whatever game of choice you have. If it's a game you haven't heard me talk about, or you haven't seen us play here on the stream, let me know what games you're playing and show me some photos you've been taking in the games you enjoy. And let me know what you've been up to with all that stuff. I'd love to see what other people are doing. And other than that, sit back, relax. Let's take some photos. Let's have some fun. Nothing too serious here tonight. They still have the problem where we're actually losing the ability to use our standard catapulting grenade launcher for the enemies. So we're gonna stick with chainsaw explosions to launch them, MIRVs to launch people, and then we'll also be using standard ranged rifle weapons. In this case, in my case, it's going to be a fixer, and utilizing the explosive effect from far-flung fireworks to give them a little lift off as well. We can kind of do that. Not as easily as the chainsaw, but and definitely not as greatly as we were doing with the grenade launcher. I'm really hoping that maybe one of the next patches breaks it again. And actually, I'm still not sure if they patched that out intentionally or it was a side effect of one of the last patches and it's gonna be changed back, or I don't know. Who knows? But until then, we'll just be utilizing the chainsaw grenades and again, try and get far-flung fireworks to proc. So we launch those guys up a little bit with that. But yeah, sit back, relax, let's have some fun. And Fallout 7-6er. Oh wait, ooh, whoa. Two more things. One, cheers. Cheers, my friend, drinking out of our Nuka-Cola branded mug, of course. Cheers. Hope everybody enjoys their evening. Hope you have a great weekend. If I don't see anybody or talk to anybody after this point, enjoy your weekend, please. Everybody deserves it. Yummy. And what else are we gonna do? Oh yeah, song of the night. We got a song of the night. And this is gonna come into play. Because very fitting, we're gonna try. Not last week. We weren't on last week. 2 weeks ago. What's up, Pax? Thank you, Pax Moore. Thank you. Cheers. Cheers to beers. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. I'm wondering, do you know this song, Pax Moore? Let's see if you know. You should know this song. Feel like you'd know this song. If you've seen X-Files, you should have at least heard a portion of this song. But they did a soundtrack for X-Files. It says season 4 on here. I thought it was season 5. I forget when. I forget when they actually released this album. I should look it up. Doesn't matter. Either way, just watch whatever episode it was that this song pops up in. And it I remember someone in my family having this soundtrack. We knew somebody that worked on this show back in the day. So we had a lot of connection to X-Files. And I'm sure they might have even gotten the CD for free or something like that. Because we would also get like the screener copies of whatever episodes were nominated or whatever seasons of X-Files were nominated, or wherever we get some cool stuff to watch. But anyway, the song is Unmarked Helicopters by Soul Coughing. It's a very interesting song, very unique sound. That band in general has a very unique sound. I remember actually, I wasn't that excited about this song when I was younger. I didn't really quite feel it, you know. But then just watching, I think it just was bringing me back. It was giving me a lot of nostalgia, and so I got kind of into the song after watching that, whatever season it is. If it's 4 or 5, I can't say right now, but I had just watched the episode that comes up in, and then it like gave me an immediate, when the song pops in. I think it's only in the episode for like a few seconds, but the song pops in, and it just gave me like a huge wave of nostalgia, and like I had to listen to the song in its entirety after the episode. And it's fitting for this evening because I'm gonna try and get some more vertibird with NPCs flying shots. And there's a way we can kind of instigate some of those vertibirds, so we don't have to just randomly come across them or seek them out. There's actually a way we can begin a quest, and then that actually gives you on the map exactly where they are. So we're going to do that at some point. Maybe we'll do that first. Let's do that first so I don't forget. And then we'll go into whatever it is that we want. Another cool thing is that I'm almost at level 4,000. So I don't think it's going to happen tonight on the stream. I kind of doubt it. I have 9 more levels to go. I'm at 3991 right now. But if we get close, I might just like push and try to grind us to 4,000. But we also might end up I might jump back on and do a stream. It probably won't be from the studio because I'm gonna be sleeping at my girlfriend's house for the rest of the weekend after tonight. But I might end up streaming, hitting level 4,000 or something later this weekend. If I get there, I might not have time. 9 levels does not sound that much to me, but if I don't get a long time to play, then I'm not going to be able to grind for it. So, and I thought I was going to get, I don't know if you guys remember, but I had mentioned during double EXP, like last month now. Well, yeah, definitely last month, but it was like maybe a couple weeks ago. I forget how long ago double EXP was. But I was confident. I was hopeful. I guess I wasn't confident. I was hopeful that we'd get to level 4,000 during double EXP, but at least it helped us grind our way close. And now, we're going to get there pretty soon. Kind of doubt it's going to happen tonight, but you never know. You absolutely, well, actually kind of do know. I do not see us leveling up 9 times in the next 2 hours or so. So that probably won't happen. But we will, again, maybe do that sometime this weekend, if weather is permitting, which it is raining here, by the way, and it's freaking rad. I love the rain. Here in California, we need it. So it's very good, very good, very good for us here. Anyway, again, sit back, relax, let's have some fun. Let's take some shots of photos type. Let's drink some beer. I'm doing tequila and beer tonight. A little tequila and beer. Very tasty. Yummers. And actually, first thing we have to do is camera review or photo review time. First things first, Polly boy. So I got my well-rested buff, or rested as it is when you're not in your own nice comfy bed. When we're roughing it out here in the boonies, in my tent, playing my banjo. So let's see, where did we leave off last week? So here's some vertibird shots. Or vertibot. I call them I'm gonna here's what I'm gonna do on accident. I'm gonna say vertibot, vertibird, and cargo bot interchangeably, and I know that there are 3 different things. Vertibot is the unmanned flying vehicle. Vertibird is the manned flying vehicle, and then cargo bot is obviously the unmanned flying cargo vehicle. But I always end up saying those. Actually, but this is the type of thing I'm talking about, getting some vertibird shots. But anyway, but if I say vertibird, vertibot, give me a break. Just give me a break. Okay, so some of these, oh yeah, dude, I got this shot during or right after eviction notice ended. There was an enemy corpse. I have a little video clip of this. I didn't edit it together yet. I have to save this shot though. But there was a super mutant like hanging on this this like piece of wood in a funny way, and it was like a perfect opportunity to launch them. And I got this little clip of them getting launched. But maybe I'll save that one for now. I'm probably gonna delete it. This isn't like the best in the world, the best type of shot in the world. But this is where we ended the stream last time. This is obviously a missed opportunity to get a wire hanging or wire walking type of shot. I love the color in the sky. The color in the sky looks absolutely gorgeous. But what we're looking for with a shot like this is some sort of pose that makes it look like they're gonna be either hanging off of one of those wires, or they're doing like a slack line walk, tightrope walk of some kind. Something like that. I mean, I guess here you could argue it looks like they're falling off, but I don't think their pose is really the best for that type of shot. So let's just delete that one. I love this pose when they do the field goal pose. Love that. It's hilarious. But you know what? The sky is not that great here with the cloud structure. I think we zoomed in maybe a little bit too much to get a well-defined cloud structure. But the clouds look great. Clouds look absolutely beautiful. And the pose was good, but nah, not gonna keep it on the permanent list here. It kind of looks like this guy's like jumping, like leaping over me, but pretty mediocre altogether. There's not the best clouds. The ones on the right look good, but I wish those were inside the frame a little bit more. I don't like it when you can't really see their full torso and the limbs sprawled out. I talk about that a lot, how it's very specific how the limbs all have to be spread apart and the head has to be clearly visible. And this pose is a little bit hard to tell what we're looking at, especially because this character's wearing a pretty interesting head dress that makes them a little bit difficult to tell what the head is doing or which direction it's facing or where their eyes are or whatnot. So we're going to delete that one. Got a smoking cultist, which is, I think this is basically not so that basically a glitch, basically a bug where they get, I think it's from taking electrical damage from one of my auto melee weapons, which my auto axe has electrical damage on it, and I think every once in a while this smoking effect, which I think is supposed to only occur while you're damaging them, it can kind of get stuck, and then they remain smoking for a while. I've seen it happen to maybe one or two enemies in the past. I don't know if it can happen with different types of damage, like if you fire damage, if it's the same thing, I'm not sure. But I do remember we were using the electrical damage on my auto axe, and that's what did that. But not the best composition in the world. I kind of wish that the body, where the clouds are, I would want that body to be a little bit further up and to the left, filling in that top left quadrant, as opposed to being kind of cluttered next to those clouds, because everything's a little too far on the right side of the frame, in the center of the frame. This actually would make a great vertical if we cropped just the center, or cropped it into a square even. That as well would help remove a lot of that extraneous information. There's nothing on the entire 50% left and right side of the frame, or so that we could just crop out, and it would not change the story of this image. So I'll delete it. It's getting deleted. This was kind of fun. It's kind of fun. I do kind of find these type of compositions interesting sometimes, where there's a lot of separation between the moon or a celestial body and the NPC. It can be kind of an interesting look. And what this does is it gives you space. I'm always imagining these as some kind of a poster. If anybody was here during the early days you would know that some of the first things we were doing with these images was creating just funny motivational posters. And maybe we'll do that more at some point. I'm not sure how much anybody was interested in that. Those were the days of like me just trying to figure out, and obviously I'm still trying to figure out what we're doing exactly, what our main goal in the darkroom with this stream is going to be, and what we can do with this stuff that we're building. I mean, it's all very recent addition to my life, and so I'm not sure what exactly we're doing. And so we just built those little motivational posters. I'm just trying to encourage myself, or I was trying to encourage myself, just to get on the stream and do something, make something, build something. And that was like one of the first concepts that we had. I'm not sure how interested anybody else was, but it was kind of a fun little thing to do, and maybe we'll do some more of it at some point. And this picture, when you have that space in the middle and there's so much area unutilized, we can actually add some text to the frame, and it works. You have that. The composition can completely work for a text block somewhere in there with a composition like this. So that would maybe work for this, but I don't feel like there's nothing that's immediately jumping out at me that I could put in there. And that pose, honestly, the pose is not the best, mainly again because can't see the head very well, and there's one arm almost completely missing, and that it just doesn't feel right to me when you can't see all the limbs, and it doesn't feel like a good pose. It just does not feel right. So I'll delete that one. I love these frolicking over the tree shots. These are great. This person looks like they're just jubilantly just leaping over these trees, having a good old time. Very good time, in fact. I do wish that their left leg, which is the one kicked out forward, was not stacked up against their right hand. Their right arm could have been raised up and out a little bit more, allowing that foot that's sticking out from the torso to be a little bit more visible. And that would have made it feel, I think, a little bit cleaner. Made the pose feel a little cleaner. But I like their placement in the sky right between the clouds and the tree there. That feels great. I do like the lining. We usually hate trees, right? And branches sticking into the frame. But when they're this far away, the resolution doesn't really matter. I mean, I can tell that some of those trees suck, but it's not as obvious from this distance. It only gets really bad when we're very close, and they're just peeking, when the branches are like just peeking into the frame. Looks terrible. But here it looks okay. Still not really the best example of this type of shot. This isn't anything that special. I wish there was some other light source hitting the NPC, because that would actually make them stand out. If we had like a red glow from one of our flares that we've used in the past to add some color to the images, and we had thrown one, it's kind of an annoying thing to try to coordinate that. But I do hope to do more of that lighting augmentation. But that might have made this feel a little bit more special. But there's nothing that special about it, so let's delete it. We can delete it. I do very much love these Mothman totems, effigy totem type things or whatever. So whenever we're at a Mothman site, it's kind of cool to try to add those in. This isn't the best example. There's not really, I think I would have preferred this time. I don't like those trees on the bottom of the frame. There's not enough of them to feel like they were intentional, which they were not. And the pose is pretty bad. So I want those trees out of there, and the pose on the body, I'd want that to feel a little bit better. But the star field looks great in the background. The clouds look pretty cool. Still not going to keep it though. Goodbye. But that's a good example of a shot that we always are going for in those situations. I'm gonna go back. This is something we've been workshopping this shot, this exact shot, the dozen corpses flying around like a money tornado inside Kanawha Cemetery Church here. I'm gonna go back tonight. It's something I think I'd like to try. I really want to get like a perfect one with just like bodies flying all through the frame, arm coming in here, leg coming in there, torso on one side. And there are a lot of bodies flying around in a lot. In fact, this was a scene that we wanted a flare for. So let's actually build. First thing we'll do is build some flares, and I will try to remember to use them. Because what we decided was that if we add a light source to the interior of the church, especially deep into closer to the podium at the front of the church, that will add like this red glow and help all these bodies that are flying stand out, because they're just so close in terms of the color and tone and shade that they're all blending in. I see a few flying around, but I know it's very difficult to tell. And the only one that you can see is the one in the very, very center of the frame, or the easiest one to see in the very center of the frame, is obvious because they have so much contrast to that backdrop, the smoke that they're settled upon right there. And then the light obviously is just kind of illuminating only that central portion of the floor on the bottom of the frame. The candles look great too, laying on the floor like that. But let's delete this. Well, let's delete this one. I kept it because I want to remember to shoot this again, but I will just try not to forget. Try not to let me forget. Also, it'd be good to write like a note down for myself, and I've been talking about a whiteboard where I can just write what I need to remember on there for each stream, but I have yet to accomplish that somehow. Polly boy. Well, it's more money to spend, I'll tell you that much. It was not like a cheap thing to get all this stuff set up. Not that I necessarily had to spend the money. I mean, you guys know that obviously I set up a whole rail system so I can mount my monitor and my lights and stuff up here. And that was an expense, man. It's not cheap. But I got a taste for quality. I also am getting a gnarly sense of deja vu right now. Probably because a lot of these pictures end up looking pretty similar to each other. But this shot particularly, I don't know what it is that's giving me this deja vu feeling, but I'm getting a really gnarly sense of deja vu looking at this image and then explaining exactly what I just explained about getting the darkroom set up and not wanting. I was explaining the not wanting to add more expense to getting this set up. Like, I spent some money, got it working, and it's like, okay, let's see if anybody even gives a shit. Let's see if anybody gives a shit. Which, you know what? Y'all make me feel like there are people that give a shit. So thank you very much. That this would be interesting too, this kind of stuff. Anyway, this shot, that pose is brilliant. I give a shit. I know, dude. You especially, Paxmore, make me feel appreciated, make me feel like this is worthwhile. So thank you. This pose is great. Okay, I'll say that. This is what I'm talking about when we say we want full limb exposure. Full limb exposure. FLE. Full limb exposure. All the limbs are spread out. The head is clearly visible, and they're not wearing a gnarly headdress that looks kind of strange. Obviously, I probably would have preferred to have their head turned into a profile type view just so we could see the details of their face a little bit. But that's not the worst atrocity of this image. There's like a little bit too much foreground. One rule or suggestion to any landscape image. And not that this is really bothering me necessarily in this image, but you typically do not want the horizon smack dab cutting the image in half. I think for images that have these bodies in flight in the sky, I don't think it's as big of a deal. But what that does is it splits interest between the bottom and the top of the frame, and then there's no really central focal point for the subject, and you're distracted between, like, I don't know if I should look at the top or the bottom. I've obviously I've been taught that, and I don't know if I actually ever care as much as it makes it sound like you should. Sometimes it's really glaringly obvious and it bothers me. Other times it doesn't really bother me. In this case it does, because had I tilted up and put that horizon a little bit further towards the bottom, we would have had more breathing room for the character in the sky. Because they're just making it, I think their fingertips, the very tip of their right hand is cutting out from the top of the frame just a little bit. So that's what's bothering me more than the split difference between the 50% at the bottom, 50% at the top. So I want to tilt up for that reason, just to get them in the frame more, but then that also would help us out with that compositional faux pas of putting that horizon right in the middle. Which again, I mean, it's a suggestion. It's not, no hard, fast rules here in photography. I don't follow the rules. I don't follow any rules. I definitely, I mean, I've composed, I feel like I've done, because I've definitely done compositions where I've put the horizon straight in the middle of the horizontal, straight in the middle, and then also my subject straight in the middle of the vertical, which is probably, I mean, that sounds like the worst of all worlds, compositionally speaking. And I've actually enjoyed the way it looks. I've had some pleasure in the way that composition can look, but it's going to be context sensitive. It's going to be subject sensitive. Not everything is going to work with those rules applied, and some things will work with those rules applied. And it's up to us as the artist to make that decision. Either way, this shot sucks. Only because, again, I think I would have very much preferred to have been tilted up, gotten more of that beautiful sky. There's not really anything happening in the bottom portion of the frame. Anyways, nothing down there that we really want to look at. There's some interesting color to the foliage. That's nice, but we would have had plenty of that. Even if we had tilted up and given it a 1/3 of the bottom of the frame rather than 50%. And then again, more of that beautiful, what is maybe sunset, sunrise. I'm never going to be able to tell. More of that beautiful sunset color. I'll just say sunset and those clouds. So bye. Bye-bye. Again, this is what we're going to try to get tonight. I'd like to try to go back and get some of these unmarked helicopters, unmarked vertibirds hovering, with NPCs in flight around them. It's just a fun challenge. That is a really fun challenge, and I haven't gotten one that I was very, very proud of. I guess this one might have been one of the better ones we've had. But look at those dirty branches, man. Look at those disgusting branches. Disgusting. Bye. Going by. This shot has like kind of grown on me. I remember thinking like shit, they moved out of the framing that I had, because we were lining this shot up, and then I was discovered, because I was trying to be sneaky, but I was discovered, and they immediately drew their weapon and started charging towards us. And so the crop on the NPC, I did not set it up intentionally like that. They stepped into the frame a lot closer than they were, but I actually ended up kind of enjoying it for the same reason that when we have those big spots, spaces in the middle when the two subjects are separated from left to right, giving us a nice space for some sort of text block or something. Same thing here. That top right portion of the sky, or pretty much from the center of the frame in the sky to the right, that's a perfect spot for a nice little text block. Or maybe even somewhere on Mount Blair there, below the actual Mount Blair excavating machine. For something that says like, welcome to West Virginia. Blood Eagles welcome you to West Virginia. I swear I see video game posters with this similar type of composition, with like that kind of high or very low haircut on the subject, and it's kind of emphasizing a lot of the background and the map. Like this is emphasizing, and here we can see Charleston Capitol Building and the greater Charleston area, downtown Charleston area. We can see the dam, and we can see Mount Blair. And their eye line, the Blood Eagle's eye line and the direction of their weapon is kind of leading you to look at that. So like you see them, but then you immediately kind of look down at that. And so it just feels like it gives me a sense of adventure, which is something I think I say I like a lot in these photos. It's like, here's a character, and that's the land that this character lives in, or this is the land that your character can explore, and this is some enemies that you're gonna fight, something like that. But either way, I'm not gonna keep it. I'm definitely not gonna keep it. This show is such a good promo photo. Thanks, Paxmore. If this is the one you're talking about right now, no 3, yeah.
Johnny boy.
Hey, Johnny boy. Johnny boy. John, check out the. Did you see that? If you didn't see the song of the day, my bro, you might appreciate a song of the day. But either way, I'm not gonna keep the show. I say this every time, but we have these saved. I'm standing outside the dark room. Pop in. Do you want to pop in? You can pop in. Is my brother here? Hang on. Hang right on. Yeah. We got guest host tonight. Johnny, this is my brother John, who doesn't know. I'm giving my brother a hug.
How's the chat going, fellas?
It's good. It's good.
Who's in the... Pax? What's up, Pax? Special shout out, Dr. Pax.
Johnny boy.
It's our first guest starring.
Feeling your focus.
That's fine. It's our first guest starring appearance in the dark room.
Not enough room for 2 people.
Were you there when I got raided last night? We got raided last night.
How many new followers?
I think only 2 people followed, but it was cool.
I've never seen the whole
It was really
set.
cool.
This is
the
my
thing.
first time
Yeah.
seeing the whole...
Oh yeah.
We got Gary around tonight?
Well, let's see. Well,
Yo, G-Dog.
I try not to look at this because it's not accurate. The actual.
It's actually true for your viewers too. I look sometimes from my end. I'm like, oh, let's see. Is Gary, is Blake around?
Right.
If Blake ever comes on, I don't know who Blake is.
Right. So, let's see. There's I don't even know. I don't mess around with this too much. I forget even where it is. I think I might have gotten rid of that little thing on there.
So
Either
does it show? Can you see that I'm looking? Like, if I hadn't commented yet, would you have?
I mean, I think there's a way to see it, but again, it doesn't. There's a gift sub as well. Oh yeah, Saltman gifted some subs, which is incredible. Saltman, we trust. Yeah.
Here we go. Watch this. Watch this stream.
Where
I'm
do
going
you-
to redeem live.
Wait, do a
on the
redemption.
stream. And watch. Let's see how long it takes.
Oh yeah, what is the? I'm actually very curious how long you guys delay.
Doing, good old Johnny boy. Thanks, Pax. Johnnny. Be better if it was J-O.
Johnny boy.
Okay, so when will it show up for everybody else on the stream?
I saw
There
it.
is.
Yeah.
Not bad. Delay's not
Well, I don't know if it changes on. It's probably different from Streamlabs to between Twitch, because this is definitely slower for me than
But it showed- I saw
Streamlabs
it
is.
on the-
But that is not necessarily whatever. This is probably closer approximation of what everybody else, because that's Twitch. Streamlabs, that should be immediate, because this isn't being this is the actual
Do
broadcast.
some calculation.
Yeah, we can mess around.
Anyways,
mess around.
I gotta run.
Yeah, you get out.
Stream.
Get the hell out of here.
Nice to officially meet you, everybody.
Yeah,
Johnny
likes my eyes.
boy.
Johnny boy out. Johnny boy out.
Johnny boy out.
Love you,
All right,
bro.
love you, bro.
I'll see you soon. Drive safe.
Happy streaming.
Driving. Is it raining? Pouring out there?
It's raining.
Yeah, just close that door. Love you, bro. See ya. Surprise! Surprise! My one regret is I can't hear the rain actually in the dark room. It'd be really nice. Although even with my headphones on, I don't think that'd make a difference. Anyway, sweet little surprise guest star. Kind of monumental, as that was the first guest starring appearance that we've had. And I've been talking, actually, me and my girlfriend have been talking about doing a Stardew stream together at some point, because we're both very into Stardew, and neither of us have done a co-op farm, so that might be an interesting thing. Talking about collaborations, and then Randomful, one of our friends here, Randomful, has been talking about wanting to do a Spelunky stream together as well, so maybe we do that. And then Gary had mentioned jumping in and doing some photos, helping me out here in Fallout at some point. So Gary will hopefully jump in and do that someday. We'll plan that and do that. And then Ignorant had been in at least one time. We actually ended up in the same world, and Ignorant got us some cool behind the scenes photos of me taking photos, which is really cool as well. So anyway, more of that stuff to come. I think the only reason I really have not wanted to do that kind of stuff is only because it does make things, it just complicates things just a little bit. I mean, it's not that crazy, but just because we're still getting started here and working ourselves out, I was like, let me figure out what I'm doing first. And once I get settled, then I'll start doing some cool collaborations and stuff. Because that is kind of what it's all about, you know? We've been talking, I don't know if anybody remembers talking about doing the remastering of this little war movie that me and my buddies did in high school. And I wanted to re-edit, and add visual effects to it, and then have my buddy, who's a great sound designer, do some some Foley work for it, some sound design, add some very, very good battle audio. So anyway, this stuff's the kind of cool stuff's in the works. Am I still in focus? We're good. Anyway, again, cheers, my bro. If you're still here, you probably bounced because he probably left and then lost his internet connection. Either way, cheers. Love you guys. So. I'm not going to keep the shot because we have all these saved, and we have a limited space. And this isn't. I do enjoy this shot, but it's like it doesn't really. It's not what we're aiming to get. No pun intended, because this guy's aiming at me while I'm aiming at him. But we're going to delete this. We don't need to keep that one. Just not as special as I would like. So this is an example of how we can get the shot utilizing the Far-Flung Firework legendary perk. Because that can launch enemies pretty rarely. It's like a pretty difficult thing to do. But you know, it's another method that we have. So I will play around with that. I'm really bummed that I captured this a split second too early while his left hand was just sticking out the top of the frame. Would have preferred to have let them fall down in the frame a little bit, and then I could have also tilted down a tiny bit, gotten a little bit more of the foreground, because that sky has no detail in it. And there's actually an interesting looking bridge and some interesting looking foreground elements right in the bottom of the frame there that we could have added. So I should have waited a second and then tilted down just a tiny bit. But we can delete that. That was also our first plasma flamer launching event, which again, we can do that pretty much with any ranged melee weapon. It doesn't have to be a flamer. So I'm going to just keep using one of my silenced fixers, because then we can stay in sneak mode and not get those disgusting bloody lenses when we get smacked or shot. Here's a nice little candid portrait of a cultist walking in front of a beautiful looking Appalachian background. It's like this is like I do like it. It's a very pleasing shot, like no doubt, but it just doesn't it's like kind of mediocre, so we're gonna delete it. I I really wish we got, this is us attempting these shots in the rain, or at least this one. I was attempting, as we were doing yesterday in Zelda, I was attempting some lightning flash images, getting one of these shots with a nice lightning flash illuminating the landscape, illuminating the subject. It can look really cool. It's very difficult compared to Zelda. In this game, the lightning effect happens a little bit quicker than in Zelda. In Zelda, it feels like it's like, I mean, it's there for like almost a full second. The like flash effect is like a 1 second pulse. So you have that time to react. The lightning in this, a little less time to react. So this shot could have been really cool though. I love the way those hills look, cascading, stepping into the background, fading out as it gets further into the distance. I do wish the clouds were a little more well formed in the sky. It kind of bugs me. It's the same thing with Zelda in if you're inside a storm, if you're inside an area that's under heavy rainfall, the whole sky kind of takes on this just like overcast gray. I mean, obviously it's going to be overcast, but it's just a gray, non-texturized, monotone look. It doesn't have texture to it. And if we had those really beautiful looking puffy storm clouds if you see them in the distance, they look great. But for instance, last night in Zelda, when the lightning strikes go off, the part of the clouds that are slightly illuminated by those lightning strikes have this beautiful structure to them. And it doesn't have to look, I mean, obviously we want there to be a difference between a lightning flash going off in the clouds and adding some beautiful texture to the clouds. But I would love if there was some texture to the overall cloud cover, whether or not the lightning was going off, just so that we had some interesting looking texture in the sky, because there's none, and it just doesn't look good, man. You want to be able to feel some clouds in there. It doesn't have to be crazy. But anyway, this person also, the pretty sweet little outfit. I think that it's a very well matched look that this NPC has, which is not always the case. Sometimes the enemies have kind of like a hodgepodge grouping of armor set that it just bugs me whenever I see an NPC and they have like one piece of marine armor and one piece of combat armor and one piece of leather armor. It doesn't feel that good, and I always want the uniformity of some kind of single set of armor. And this person isn't even wearing armor because they're wearing just the leather jacket. They might have had armor on, but they're covered. Thank you, Johnny boy. Their little leather jacket. I think is that an Under Armour? Or is that might be a costume that goes over the armor, so it hides all the armor pieces. But I actually don't remember which. I forget if that is a over or Under Armour piece that person's wearing. But the metal helmet matches the sledgehammer, and the mask matches, and the color, but it's all very well coordinated. Wait, or did everyone like that? Everyone liked that, man. Everyone liked that. So I'm gonna delete the shot, but this is reminding me again. If it does rain, let's not shut down the shoot in the storm. Let's keep trying to get some cool emphasized storm type photos. But if it doesn't have lightning, I guess there's not always going to be thunder and lightning. So I guess it's going to be subject specific. This shot's okay. Not really into the geometry of that hillside in the background. It's like it's got too jagged of a peak on the left side, and from the steep slope. Maybe that's the action. I think only because it's in full silhouette, very faded like that. I think that the geometry ends up looking unnatural. Again, tree line lining the bottom like that, the bottom of the frame. I don't mind from this distance when it does that. But there's not really anything interesting behind that. And the sky looks terrible. Pose is okay. Pose is actually not bad, but background itself and the overall tone of the image doesn't work. So bye. Bye, 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 bye. I'm available to appear at weddings. I'm surprised, yeah. I'm available to just pop into your stream for however much it takes. Reasonable rates. That's for friends and family discount. Oh yeah, gotta have that friends and family discount. Ass or ask. Hey, you can get banned here for saying ass, which, you know, it's not okay. Just kidding. We say ass all the time. Yeah, jackass. I can delete this one because we're gonna go back. I do the banning. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Again, we're gonna do this exact shot, the inside Kanawha Cemetery church shot again, so we can delete that one. That was there to remind me, and then we had the second one there to remind me as well. We have 18 shots on the roll. Let's find maybe like a couple more to delete. You know, I'm not that excited about this shot. It does kind of look like he's laying back on the moon or something, but we're at such an extreme long focal length here that the star field ends up looking kind of strange. At this distance, we should basically be at our infinity focusing point, and the stars should be in focus. If the moon's in focus, the stars would hopefully be in focus. Maybe I'm crazy. They should not be that out of focus. I'll tell you that. At least I could say that with some confidence. But do I want to keep the shot? I don't think so, man. There's not enough cool structure to the clouds. It's got a low contrast look to the overall image, and the star field doesn't look good. Not the best pose in the world. I do like, again, these are the type of poses we really want. For instance, this one, which I clipped this shot today. Can you change the focus on the ProSnaps camera in game? No. Unfortunately, I mean, there is like a slight... Ooh, actually, you know what? Let's mess around and see if there's... Because I have depth of field turned off. And I don't know if that affects... for my in-game field of view, or outside of the camera field of view, I have depth of field turned off. I'm curious if it does affect, if that affects the camera as well. Which, I mean, obviously, if it's turned off, I should not have out of focus stars, but I think the camera itself has like a separate thing that it uses to determine the focus point. But the stars also just might look like that, and when you're zoomed out, they don't look as blurry just because you're zoomed out. Whereas if you're zoomed in, they're just always out of focus. I mean, they do look like, even in this shot, they do look like they have a bit of a blur to them. So I think that's what it is. I think it's just that they have an out of focus type of look to them. And they're very large, too. Those are obviously very large pinpoint light sources. Probably to make them stand out really well in the sky, which does look gorgeous. Yeah, now looking at, honestly, judging them all, I'm pretty sure they're just always out of focus. And that when we zoom in that much, it's just emphasized. And that's why it ends up looking like the focus fell off. But... anyway, let's not keep this shot. Let's not keep that one. Let's spare some space. I'm pretty much into all these other ones, so let's keep moving. Love this portrait, and this one might have to go, but this one looks so clean. I love that color. The color looks beautiful here, and it feels very well balanced. And I do love this rifle in flight. Okay, we have 19 photos. Let's go shoot some photos. And then, like I said, first thing, we're gonna do a couple things. Let's build those flares. Talked about building flares. Let's build the flares. So we can add some red light. Be sweet. There used to be a way to build fireworks, and you could change the color that each firework had. And so it might have been cool. It might have been cool to be able to build flares, or it would be cool to build flares that also had different light source or light color to them. Oh, oh, whoa. What do we need to do? Let me get well tuned again really quick, actually, because now I'm low on my well tuned. Not going to be a big deal, but we can also check out what's happening on the map while we're looking at that, just in case there's anything I want to do. Moonshine Jamboree is very fun. Not going to do too many events. Obviously, we're on our public server. Or, I'm sorry, we're on a private server. No pub play today, necessarily. Although if I get very close to level 4,000, sorry, I'll be at 5,000 soon. If we get close to level 4,000, I might end up jumping onto a public server and trying to grind to get to level 4,000, but I don't think that's gonna happen. It's already 9:30. It's already 9:30. I don't need the rested bonus. Let's get food bonus. Food buffs. I got a pretty good amount of food buffs tonight because I did do a harvest earlier this week. Love my harvesting. Let's do the souffle. Let's do the souffle. I mean, it feels like a souffle night. Now, I know I just ate regular bubblegum, but I'm going to eat the perfect bubblegum as a bonus. I know it overwrites it, so it's not really a bonus, but you know what I mean. I had plenty of regular bubble gum. Let's do some baubles. Why the hell not? Bobble it up. We actually are going to be using melee a lot, so let's just use a melee buff on our magazine. Also, let's go test. We also should go test if the grenade launcher works again. I do not check that regularly because that is not my regular technique during everyday play. The only time I was ever flying enemies with this grenade launcher like that was for the stream. But let's see, we did a couple things we wanted to do. We said we were going to go get the vertibots, the quest to instigate the vertibots popping up and do some of that. But then we were also going to do Kanawa, and it is night. Let's actually do vertibirds now, and then we'll go to Kanawa, because if we're doing the Kanawa deal, as much as I'd like to go there now because it's night and there might be a Mothman, and that could be fun, I'd rather get some cool vertibot shots with the moon in the frame, because the shot that we really want at Kanawa is in the interior anyway, so it could literally be daytime and we can get a similar shot for what we're actually going for. And we could always wait till the next night cycle as well. Oh boy. So, what we have to do. First, let's see what's going on down here. Ooh, we need more film. I'll build that inside. Ooh, I'm not even going to try to fight these guys because I will end up... Oh, no! Oof. I was hoping that car exploding wouldn't aggravate the White Springs robots. I didn't shoot, so it shouldn't, but that's why I'm also not trying to fire at those bloat flies, because I will just end up tagging the Assaultrons, and then I will have the entire White Springs robotic army on my ass, which I don't want. You want a robotic army on your ass? Didn't think so. Neither do I. It offends me that you would insinuate that I would. Okay. Anyway, what we're going to do, heading into the White Springs bunker. It's a Enclave which I do not do these very often. I have so many nuclear key cards. And they weigh so much. This is probably a request I would say I have for Bethesda. Is like, why are nuclear key cards 1 pound each? I mean, I guess they're pretty valuable. Yeah, I don't need 14 on me, dude. I shouldn't have 14 on me. I could dump those on one of my alts. One of my people that just hold all my crap. Any good shit here? Got any good shit? No Stealth Boy Mark 3s, no purchase. Sorry, Modest. Let me grab some usable stuff here. Just grab the water, dude. What is that? Grab the spice. Grab the sugar.
Running recipe generation protocol.
Yeah. Okay. Then all we're gonna do is look for Nuka-Colas. Of course. I mean, I'm not going into a spot and not gonna look for Nuka-Colas. I mean, might as well just call me insane now. Undamaged cigarettes. Probably a pack of Morleys. Actually, it'd be a pack of Grey Tortoise cigarettes. It's a good trivia question. What is the cigarette brand name in the Fallout universe? Smoked by everybody in the Fallout universe, this brand is the most iconic cigarette brand in the wasteland. What is Grey Tortoise cigarettes? That's correct. To jeopardize it for you. Jeopardize? That is a verb. Okay? I don't care what any English teacher tells you, dude. Jeopardize is a verb. It's just Jeopardy. It's from Jeopardy. Anyway, what am I doing here? We want... I was going to buy some ultralight stuff. Actually, that's not a bad idea. I always need ultralight scout stuff. Limb and torso. Does not hurt to do that really quick. It just doesn't hurt. When in Rome... You know. What else could I sell here? What do I not want? Wasting time, dude. Wasting time. We got Moonlight. Yeah, okay, I'll finish that off later. I don't need that. We want to go to this computer. We want to initiate a nuclear keycard escort. Okay, so that initiates I don't know if it adds a new group of cargo or vertibots and the cargo bot to the map, or if it just tells you where the one that has already spawned is located. I do not know how that works. But either way, it tells us exactly where to go, and that is what we're trying to get to. Is trying to get to one of these unmarked vertibots. Hover ring. Where are you? Let's see if we can find them on the map instead of using... What the hell is it? I don't see it. Oh, there it is. Oh, sweet, dude. It's right next to the Eastern Penitentiary. Okay. So that'll be... It'll be super mutants. It'll be super mutants flying around the vertibot. If this works. Ooh. Ooh, and there's a key code right here too. That's very fitting. Not that you need those necessarily. Okay, so Well, you know what? This guy's by himself. And so the method I'm going to be using now is always using the chainsaw. If we only have like one enemy and we know we're going to be safe, we can just run up to our guy and do chainsaw fling. Which, of course, you know, again, there's certain... These things are going to get taken out by all those... Oh, shit, I need to take off highlight corpses. Okay, so... Let's pick off... While there's a huge group of enemies, this is like going to be my workflow now, although we do still need to check if that maybe our grenades will work again, which would open our doors back up to the possibilities. Okay, so we don't want these things to get destroyed yet. Oh, no, dude. Oh, also, hang on. Highlight corpses cannot be on, dude. Let's try to... Oh, shit, dude. They're taking them out. That's not a big deal if they don't take out all of them, but they're both low on health, dude. Okay, we gotta just make it so we got... We want to get as few of these guys... No. Don't leave me. Ah. I don't like how I already aggravated the vertibots, though. Get that blood off the lens. I don't think these guys in the tower will fly. Okay. Ugh, both of them are so low on health, but that's okay. And it looks like we're just going to be utilizing some MIRVs here to fly them around the actual helicopter. Or vertibirds. Here we go, dude! Oh! This could be perfect! No! Ah, hang on. Change that to saving the freaking images, and let's not let this guy destroy them. This last guy. Okay, let's take out one of them, and then maybe we can get this guy with the chainsaw. Oops. This guy with the chainsaw instead. Calmex to have some extra sneakiness. Oh shit, he launched. He just hit this top of that little roof. There you go, this guy. There, somebody launched right there too. This guy's roofing up. Oh, that might. Oh, no! Oh, I was not on my. Ah. Okay, is there only one left? I think I can just reinitiate that quest, like, whenever. We'll test that. Also, it's daytime already. Wasted all the night cycle. Yamosi? Ooh, we can get skeleton. What? Hey. It's weird that the the cargo bot is here, but the vertibot left. But if we take this out, I think we can go back and start another one, which we're going to test out doing. I don't know where did the know what? While we're here, let's see if this guy will fly with a grenade launcher since we're testing. Where'd he go? Where did you go? There he is. Oh, so disappointing. Okay, well, you know, here's what we're gonna do. We'll do... get cargo bot. And then we'll get... oh, we also have to make more film, like I said. Here we go. Ah! Ooh! Well, you know what? That tree didn't look too bad. If his pose was alright, that might be a decent shot. But let's take this guy out. And then let's see. I'm just curious. I'm not going to report to the warden, dude. You bastard. Slowed him down a bit. Okay. Okay, grab that. Yay, hide and seek complete. Does that actually give you anything? A little bit of EXP? I guess the loot you get from completing the quest is just the loot inside that crate. I would say. Oh, what's up, Bread Whales? How you doing, buddy? Sorry, I missed that a couple minutes ago. I'm trying to get these vertibot shots. Were you part of the epic raid from Fall Stream last night that kept you there? Oh yeah, no, yeah. Were you on the? Were you a raider? Were you raiding? I don't recognize. I didn't see you on there last night. If I did miss you, if you were part of our raid party last night, welcome to the stream. Yeah, let's go check. I want to go see if that if we can get that quest again, just over and over again. Because if so, it just gives us a good opportunity. I was wondering about Fallout streamers. Steamers? I'm a steamer and a streamer. Yeah, well, dude, hope you enjoy what we're doing here. We're just taking some photos, what we call photography. In tonight's Fallout 76, but we shoot photos. We shoot in-game photography in a multitude of games. You just found the best. Thank you, brother. Cheers here. Either way. Here, wait. Whoa. Bread Whales, welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good night. Hope you have a good weekend. Regardless of if this is your place to be, awesome. If not, really hope I have a question. Oh, dude, please ask questions. Hopefully, I can sound smart, but we'll see about that one. We'll see about that. But yeah, ask away, man. Any questions are obviously appropriate questions are fully welcome here. Everyone is welcome. Majority of questions are welcome. I'm definitely not... I definitely am not streaming Fallout the way probably other people would be, since we do focus on, at least for the most part, we focus on 42, the answer to the universe, or the answer to the greatest question, or what is life? Is that what it is? It's like, is the question what is life, or is the question what the secret to the universe is, or the secret to life? I forget what the actual question. If this is Jeopardy, I would not get this question right. I would not get this. I would not question the answer properly. 42, the secret to the universe, or is it the secret to life? I just don't remember what the actual Hitchhiker's Guide is talking about. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Fallacy. To Fallout Fallacy. Okay, yeah, we're just gonna initiate that again. Oh, is a fixer with 30% ignores armor. It also replenishes action points. Each come 50% damage resistance by aiming. Good, because I just picked one up. No, don't worry, dude. Spelling, don't worry about spelling. Wait, this is we're in chat here. Nobody questions spelling. I get you. Okay, so anti-armor is very good for a first affix. I have not found the replenishing of AP to be good. It's not enough to be noticeable. And it's pretty useless against any enemy that is any kind of a threat. Because if you're fighting a very threatening enemy, it's going to take a lot of damage. And obviously, you have to kill the enemy to retrieve that action point refresh or replenishment that you get from that. So it's only like it's probably good for like that affix is probably good for like big mobs, like maybe in very specific situations. I have not found like the best use for it yet. That just one affix. And then 50 damage resistance while aiming. That can be, I mean, that's a little bit of a buff, defense buff. It's not the ideal that most people are looking for in those second affixes. I love anti-armor, and just honestly, just the anti-armor affix on a fixer, that can get you through pretty much everything. I mean, honestly, just a fixer by itself, if you have your character built right, that's going to get you through. I mean, you can get through anything with that. If you know what you're doing, honestly, pretty much most weapons, you might have to shoot the enemy a few more times or whatever, but like if you know what you're doing, any weapon is going to be able to get you through pretty much anything in the game. There might be a couple caveats to that. I think anti-armor is really good. Personally, it's my favorite. My favorite fixer that I have, the one that I use the most, is anti-armor explosive with 25 less AP cost. That is probably the most valuable, most sought-after combination of affixes. But second to that would probably be 25 faster fire rate, and then the 25 less AP cost. You're pretty much most valuable, most sought-after is always going to be 25 less AP cost on a fixer. And then 25 fire rate or explosive. Pretty much those are going to be what people tell you you're going to want. And then first affix, I do very, very much love anti-armor myself. That's why my pretty much main fixer that I use is the anti-armor explosive. But then quad is also known as kind of the best in terms of long-term damage output for those high-end bosses. It is said that quad is the most beneficial because longer duration of smaller damage is more better. But that is not a bad weapon, dude. I mean, the weapon you got, you could get by. And all of those, the beautiful thing about all those affixes is that they can at least all work in conjunction with each other, so you're not throwing anything away. What would be frustrating is if one of those affixes was a VATS specific affix and the other one was not VATS specific, so you were only going to be benefiting from one of those or the other during certain situations, whereas the affixes that you got on that roll actually can all work in conjunction with each other very well. But you do need to be an aiming down sight player, which I am not. I do prefer VATS. VATS is the most powerful damage dealer for ranged weapons, as far as I can tell myself, as far as I know. So the benefit, the 50% damage resistant benefit, you cannot retrieve that. You cannot get that unless you're out of VATS and you're aiming down sights. But that weapon can get you through pretty much everything. It's just not, obviously, it's not the best combination. Still pretty good though. I would, if that's the best weapon you have, you're gonna be set up for a while. And then the exciting thing is that you have to look. You have you know, that second and third affix on your next roll on a fixer. You have to look a better version to look forward to when you roll a couple more. So that's what I would say about it. It's good. It's just not. It's not the best roll in the world. Probably not in terms of like value to other. If you know, to me, that weapon, because I have much better variants of that weapon, that would not be useful to me. But if it's the best weapon you have, you can definitely do some damage with it. The answer to the ultimate question of life, the universe, and everything is 42. Okay. I thought it was to read a good book every once in a while, get some exercise, you know. Anyway, hope that answered your question. If that did answer your question, good. If it didn't, I'm sorry. If you're still here, Bread Wills, that is. I'm sorry. But yeah, you could destroy stuff. More important than honestly, more important than your weapon of choice is your perk choices, in my opinion. So if you have your perks set up properly, 100%. Okay, thank you. All right, good. Hope I did you justice there. But yeah, more important. I mean, the anti-armor effect is gnarly. That's really good. That's like 90% of what makes, or like, I don't know, 75% of what makes my AA explosive 25 fixer awesome. A sneak bloodied. Okay, yeah, same with me. Same deal. I'm the same deal. By the way, when we're playing on the stream tonight, the way we play tonight on Photography Fridays, very different than the way I would play standard. Bread Wells, thank you, buddy. Hey, wait a second. You're not getting away with this. Thank you very much, Bread Wells. Really appreciate the follow. Thank you. Making my night here. Hope I can keep you happy. Hope I can do you justice. Sneak blooded, yeah. So yeah, as long as you have your perks set up properly, which I won't go into that right now because that's a pretty deep dive of explanation. Yes, thank you, Johnny. Thank you. But long story short, now we've been talking about this for 20 minutes. Long story short, you could basically do everything with that weapon. But you also have a better version to look forward to. So that's something cool. I'm kind of bummed. I have basically the best weapons I could possibly want at this point, and now it's armor, which you'll probably hear a lot of higher level people talking about how armor is the more difficult perfect roll to get. A full set of armor perfectly rolled is much more difficult, much more time consuming to get than a good weapon. And plus, again, there are just so many weapons that get you through everything in the game. It's like just not that important. Everyone says you need unyielding. Oh yeah. I'm full unyielding, buddy. Yeah, that is the cream of the crop, because you want that full agility bonus. Agility, the more agility you have, the more sneaky you're going to be. And then I run a full covert set of unyielding armor. My ideal, which I do not have a single piece of ideal sneaky, like my ultimate sneak build is a full set of unyielding covert scout armor with hard to detect while sneaking and +1 agility, maybe with a couple pieces that have like poison resistance or radiation resistance or AP refresh. But I'm also really very, very much into getting as much experience as possible, which is also why unyielding is great. Higher intelligence equals more experience gain. And then my second wishful thinking set of armor is going to be unyielding, full set of unyielding with +1 intelligence on everything. And the other affix honestly is not that important to the intelligence build that I also kind of aim for as I'm adding these pieces together. But yeah, more agility. And then if you add Tank Killer is also adding anti-armor, and it does stack as far as my research goes. It does stack with the anti-armor effect from your weapon, and it can be devastating to have that much anti-armor effect. Wait, how long have you been playing 76? Level 86, nice, few hours, but I still have a lot to learn. This game is very deep, man. There is so much to learn. There's so much information. It does feel a little convoluted in some places. Hopefully that doesn't throw you off. 86 is a great number. Yeah, almost 88. Yeah, that's a good weapon. You got a good weapon. And that'll get you, honestly, you can get through the entire game with that. You can get through the entire game. So long, again, as you have a decent amount. And my guy, like I said, right now, I am not set up in my commando build that I usually would be. But I'm not that far off. I do not use commando perks at all. I'm not getting myself more damage. Yeah, level 4,000, yeah. If you get a full set of unyielding, you start to level up pretty fast, dude. I have found I level up pretty fast. I opt for different perks than commando. Like I said, VATS is extremely powerful. If you can focus fire on the weak point on an enemy and concentrate, it's very, very important. So concentrated fire is like probably one of the number one things I'd recommend, just so you can start hitting that soft spot and just continue to hit it. And then Tank Killer probably would be my, if I had to choose two perception perks to add to a commando build: concentrated fire, 3 out of 3, Tank Killer, 3 out of 3, probably the most important. And then I would do ground pounder, because reload speed is damage over time, and don't let anybody tell you different. And those are honestly the 3 biggest and most important to me in terms of a commando build. And if I can get away with like adding another commando for 20% damage or expert commando, I'll do that. Also keep in mind, a lot of people don't realize this, but all the commando perks stack. Why'd you suppressor over tenderizer? Oh, so right now, again, this build, do not analyze this build as what you should be looking at for a commando build. This is not right. I am going to be using my fixer tonight. But we're doing this. We right now, I'm just having fun. We're exploding enemies and flying them around. Class Freak is very important. Mutations are very powerful. If you haven't gotten to mutations yet, that's kind of an end game, getting yourself set up with mutations and available, or having all the mutations available, applying them and getting your build set up, which does require Class Freak, John. That was very smart. Very smart of you, brother. Yeah, if you're doing mutations, Class Freak is a must. Starched Genes is a must. And then if I was on a team, which right now, like I said, we're playing solo on my private server, just trying to fly enemies with explosives. So I'm doing Lone Wanderer, but I would have Strange in Numbers as well on if I was doing any kind of party play, public party play. Adrenaline, very, very, very good for pretty much any build. It's a universal perk that can be utilized in pretty much any build. That's also another huge, like, that is more important than the commando damage to me in most cases. Even though I guess it's the same amount, but again, I'm choosing Tank Killer, Ground Pounder, and Concentrated Fire over those in a lot of cases. Again, just keep in mind, this is not the build. This is not my build for commando in any. This is very, very different. So you cannot look at these perks at all. I would not have this much strength. Yeah, everything would be completely rearranged here. So whoops, don't look at my perks here as a good example. Long story short, though, that weapon, very good. You can get by. You can do every boss with that if you know what you're doing. If you're sneaky, also Escape Artist is really gnarly if you know what you're doing with it. I've heard a lot of people say it doesn't really work that well, but I think it's like life or death in a lot of situations. And then if you're doing low health, Serendipity. If you're doing bloodied, Serendipity is pretty much, because you're gonna get hit. You know what I mean? Like, you are going to get hit at some point. It doesn't matter if you're sneaking or not. Shit hits you. So Serendipity really can save your life in those situations. Anyway, hope that answers your question. I have so much I could say about this. I have so much I could say. Stick around the stream, ask questions. Happy to answer anything. But again, just don't look at how I behave tonight on the stream and how my build is set up right now. Not at all how I would generally be. But if you jump on one of the streams when I'm just melting, guys, it'll usually just be like one of the melting streams. Or later this weekend, as I was saying, we are very, very close to level 4,000. I have 9 more levels to go. And I will be streaming, or I'm hoping to do a stream, if I have the ability, to get to level 4,000. So that stream, I would be on my standard commando stream, or my standard commando build. So anyway, keep an eye on it. If you're around this weekend or earlier next week, I will definitely be, I'm going to do my best to try to stream when I hit level 4,000. I do really want to do that. And that is when I can really show you my full build, because I can't, it'd take me so long to switch it up right now. But I am happy to show you what my standard build would be, and you can see what a real commando play, sneaky commando playthrough would be like with me. But anyway, let's keep shooting. Obviously, any questions, please. Oh yeah, and check the Discord. Yeah, by the way, Bread Whales, if we're off the stream, check out the Discord. Pretty much everybody on there plays Fallout, or has played, not quite as much as me, but yeah, keep track, stay in touch on the Discord as well, because if you have any advice while we're off the stream, I'm happy to answer any questions. Just keep in mind, I'm really bad. I try to preface anytime we talk about Discord or the other social medias, I'm just really bad with social media in general, and I'm like, I don't catch things all the time. It might take me a minute to see that you've posted something or asked a question. I definitely do not intend to ignore anybody ever. So just give me a minute. If you post something, ask a question, it might take me a bit to actually see it. Other than that, though, free game. We would love to have you on the old cord. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. So where's that vertibot? Let's go do that vertibot. Let's go try another vertibot situation. I feel like I'm not going to get any good photos tonight. I'm just like, we're spending so much time doing other stuff, but that's okay. Who cares? Where is... Wait, is it a miscellaneous? Wait, did that not... Hang on a sec. Wait, did we not activate it? Am I being silly right now? I thought we did that. I guess I got really sidetracked discussing Fallout stuffs. And maybe I didn't. Did I not initiate, or did it say you can't do it twice? Yeah, wait, what? I thought we did that. I thought I did another initiation. Was I wrong? Or did I not actually click it? Whatever. Or maybe it got destroyed between me clicking it or something? Okay, perfect, dude. North Cutthroat. That's Blood Eagle Zone. I would love to get... I'd love to get Blood Eagles in flight around these vertibots. Unmarked vertibots hovering... Oh, and I might need another drink. I feel like I'm going to be on for a while. I need to grab another drink. I guess we got some cool... Oh, wait, first let's do... Hang on, dude. Let's do some combat video shot really quick. go sneak over here. I do like to try to get video, especially with like NPCs in battle, like this. I do really like shooting. And I have a nice little portfolio of some cool vertibird battles going on. Although I don't know if this is like the best example. All these good, the height of the vertibots is kind of like strange in comparison to the enemies. Here we go. Let's do this. Let's do like. This person's behavior is so weird. Yeah, it's like the vertibots are too high up to. That's fine. We tried. Okay, but let's not spend. I don't want those things to get destroyed again before we get a couple bit. Ooh. Oh, that guy didn't do it. The procking on far-flung fireworks does not want to happen sometimes. It's okay. This guy's, I think, the last. So let's chainsaw explode him. I love it when they throw grenades at the helicopter, the vertibots. Ah! Nice throw, dude. Oh, he didn't go up, did he? It's okay. Merv. First of all, let's get these guys aggravated so they stick around. And then we'll just Merv. Oof, a little bit too far. A little bit too far of a horizontal fly. This is like a weird zone with these vertibirds. Okay. No other enemies with the bodies. The bodies are all disappearing already. Any other here we go. Oh, no, it's a dog. How many corpses down here? I think I saw one. It's gonna be hard to get that guy out of this little tent area, though. There we go. Okay. Oh! 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 Oh, those damn trees! That was pretty close, though. I'm not happy about how blown out the sky is right here. Here's another guy we can... Let's chainsaw him. He's got an axe. He's like, I can't do anything here. Oh, there we go. He went up. Don't go away, vertibots, you sons of bitches, dude. It's okay. We got clouds. Decent pose. Okay, where are they going next? Let's let that... So disappointing that they just bail like that. That's why I tried to aggro them, because then they should stick around. Procking. P-R-O-C-I-N-G. K. Adding a K in there? Come on. As far as my research goes, that is a... It is a only that was made up by a gamer specific term. It's a gamer specific terminology. I think procking. It reminds me of the word propagate, and so I always think like propagate. Instead of propagating, you're propagating. You're instigating the effect occurring. Would be the way I would define that. Or the random chance of the effect occurring is the procking. Procking is like the chance, or it's not the chance itself, but the whenever there's a small probability of something occurring, when it does, that's considered procking, and I think it usually specifically relates to some sort of a damage effect, like an attack effect that you're doing, but I could be wrong about that. I should probably just not speak about it too much. I missed that. Procking. Wait, what'd you miss? How much do I need to explain? Okay, let's let those guys settle. Let's go do Kanawa interior. Let's go try one of those. But yeah, as far as I know, that's like a gaming term. Proc is an acronym for programmed Oh, no shit. It's an acronym? No fucking way, dude. Programmed random occurrence. No shit. Dude, I got some bad info, man. No shit. No shit. Anyway, I use it for a lot of things. I probably use it inappropriately, but I'll take whatever I want when I want it. But yeah, so when I say I'm trying to proc or hoping that far-flung fireworks will proc, because I only have a 20% chance here, but that is the effect that can launch the enemies into the air if I'm not using an explosive ranged weapon. This effect basically adds another explosive effect at a 20% chance. Thank you, Rudy. Thank you. Yeah, dude, I never knew that was an acronym, though. That's cool. You learn something new every day. Sup, ignorant? Thank you. Oh, my gosh. Hang on, dude. Not getting away with that. Thank you very much, ignorant. Really appreciate it. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, you didn't miss... No, I feel like it's been a really slow evening. I was talking... Somebody was asking about fixer affixes... Legendary affix. I think we've been talking about that for like 20 minutes. I got on late. I've been going really slow. Been ranting about stuff. Pretty much standard operating procedure tonight. But no, I don't think I've taken like a single good shot yet. I don't think I feel like we haven't even been photographing all that much. Hopefully we'll get something good now though. Now that you're here, we can get some cool photos. We can finally get some work done. Jumping into Kanawa, which we're gonna get. You're back. Oh no, you didn't miss nothing. You didn't miss anything. I was just explaining how little there was to miss. Missed the best stream of all time. Thank you. I hope that is true. I don't need to be the best stream in the world. Also, we need to make more film. I keep forgetting to do that. Let's actually just do that before we get into the great massacring of Kanawa. Got a beautiful sunset right now, but I do want to get this interior shot done. With the flare illuminating the background. That's going to be our trick. Our trick of the evening. Or at least for this shot. That's what we're going to be going for. We want camera film. I could build... Should I build 400 cameras? Which is what we could do. I don't know why I hold on to these. The broken ProSnap camera. You can't do anything with these. I can build more cameras. I mean, they'll have a use. I guess I do kind of enjoy having a giant collection of broken ProSnap cameras. Craft me a roll of Velvia. 50? Does that even exist anymore? I think did they discontinue? There's been so many film discontinues and then they like re-release it and I do not keep track. You know what I mean? I wish I could craft you some... Yeah, it'd be cool if you could craft different types of film. That'd be a little intricate. That'd probably be pretty intricate for people that don't know what is what. Like, why... I can craft... Here's what I can craft you. Some ProSnap 400. This is ProSnap Cam 94. I'd love to know why they chose that as the Cam 94 ISO 400 film. We got that. Dude, that's actually good, dude. Let's customize. That's what we need to do, is customize some rolls of film. Here's what, okay, the Wish, by the way, when we talk about, we've talked about, in my mind and memory it exists, yes. When we talk about, here, I'll jump out for a second. When I talk about customizing the Argus, I do have two camera covers, two wood grain camera covers. Because I won't get into the details, but the back side of these cameras are slightly different depending on what version you have. And so I got the camera cover for both versions of this camera that I have. But basically I can build two wood grain camera cover Argus C3s. And so I'm definitely going to want to keep one of them. But then the one, I do want to have some kind of a cool, like, version that I can either give away or sell or something that has like the full wood grain camera cover on it. You know, I've talked about editing the camera manual so that is all ProSnap brand specific, and then building like a box for the camera, the packaging, recreating the packaging for the camera. And then it would be pretty sweet to actually customize some rolls of film to be ProSnap camera film, and like having a little package, and then we can do like a giveaway or something like that for like the ProSnap Camera Deluxe package for people. Anyway, that's my thoughts on it. I thought that sounded kind of cool. This camera is pretty rad, dude. Woo! Listen to that shutter. Woo! Actually, that's one of the things we need to do, is make sure our shutter is working properly when we customize that thing. Cam 94 cartridge of artistic memory. Yeah, Cam's acronym for cartridge of artistic memory. It's exactly what it is. Anyone got a better idea of what it stands for? Cam. I mean, I'd assume it's camera, like camera 94 film or something like that. That's where my mind would go with it. But I could be wrong. Anyway, that'd be sweet. Because there's a specific design to that film canister, that'd be kind of another fun addition to the thing. So creative, yeah. Well, it's lowercase lettering. I don't know. So it's like it's an abbreviation, you know, more than an acronym. But I don't know. Anyway, why am I not in the game? Because I was talking to you. Kim in the 94th car. Yeah, there you go. That's a good one. Also, wait, cheers, ignorant. Welcome, by the way. Bread whales mean ignorant. Oh, that's what. Were you here, ignorant, when Bread Whales came on? Bread Whales is followed. Thank you again, Bread Whales. That's what you missed, ignorant, if you weren't here, or the most eventful, important thing that happened. As we got someone cool hanging out now with us. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Kanawa, yes, thank you, Gary. Thank you. We're going to. First of all, I should have checked if there was a Mothman, but I'm pretty sure there wasn't, so that's fine. I'm pretty sure there wasn't. How would you know if you didn't check, dude? So, okay, we got all these guys congregating. This is it. This is the shot we want. So we've done this a couple times. Not satisfactory results. Haven't had any satisfactory results. I'm gonna get in front of this first pew that's kind of like too far back. So we want to throw a flare. We can have our camera ready to go. We want to launch all these NPCs into the air and create like a flurry of all these enemies inside the building. And it should look pretty cool. But we need to throw a flare.
The worthy will become one with the divine.
And then we need to swap to our frag grenades, our MERV grenades, and launch everybody up. TGIF, dude, yeah. Yeah. You know it. So let's line up the shot. I pretty much want, I mean, it's pretty simple. Pretty simple in terms of the shot we're going for. I think they will be alerted by my flare. Actually, let's tilt up. I do try to maintain a 0 tilt type of position, especially if we're looking at any type of architecture or interior like this. But you know what? Interior is not the worst to have a slight tilt up or down. We're not trying to, you know, create the most accurate geometry of the scene necessarily. We're just trying to frame all the subjects properly. Here's what I should do. I need to put.
No enemy will escape his sight.
Let's put MERVs on my Barry Mentat slot so I can just use the quick wheel to swap to that really quick. We have flares equipped now, yeah, and then I'll swap to the MERVs, kill all these motherfuckers, and get some photos. Oh! Oh! Try another one, dude. That red looks so good. Oh, I don't know if those were they illuminated enough. Let's try another one. Hang on. Let's get the flare back out. Oh, it's just that one skeleton, really. They like... Some of those skeletons get so much hang time. Look at this guy running in. You missed it, pal. You missed it. Let's kill this person with a... I've never killed... What do you want, dude? What do you want, dude? What do you want, dude? Where you at, dude? What you got, dude? Ah, I stabbed. Trying to stab me? Don't you know who I am? Ah! One more hit, dude. Got him! And that is how you kill someone with a ProSnap camera. You know? I should have taken a photo of him. Surprise, motherfucker! Okay, now we got it. Was there somebody? Oh, the other person's up at top. Okay, so this person. So we did that. We'll look at those later. Unfortunately, these bodies turn into the lunch paper bag lunches very quickly when you have this many bodies around. I think it has to do with the amount of bodies. It just won't allow there to be actual NPC bodies, and then it'll just turn as many as it... I don't know what the limit is. I'm sure there's a hard, fast limit for each area until they start just turning into either meat piles or those little lunch bags. Anyway, this guy is perfect for the chainsaw flying. If he goes out to his little... Gotta let him go out to his little perch. Go out to your little perch. I still am not sure if the chainsaw noise when you have it equipped affects... It's okay, he'll go out there. Go on out there, buddy. You know you want to step out onto that little plank for me. It's okay, I've got this under control. We're all just paper bags in the end. Yes. There's actually a really cool song called Stab in a Wet Paper Bag. Or is it just called Stab? I think it's just called Stab. Anyway, the lyric is, I'm just a stab in a wet paper bag. I think that's the lyric. Maybe you shouldn't say lyrics until you know exactly what you're talking about. Well, I didn't think about that until just now. Okay, this guy's gonna go up. Oh shit. Oh, he got, god damn it, he got caught because I was talking about music. Here's what we'll do. Let's sweep him out onto the ledge. Oh. Or sweep him down there, that's fine. And then let's merve him up from there. Although I don't even know where his freaking body was, so that was stupid. Is he down there? On this crap? Oh no! Okay, that's fine. All right, let's go to another spot. Let's keep moving here. Let's go see where those vertibots ended up. Let's go see if we can get the. Oh, they're all the way over here now. Woods Estate. I think there's a couple guys over there we could fly. Maybe? Maybe? I think it's just ghouls. I think it'll be ghouls. I thought it was a bird, but it was just a paper bag. What is that from? Why can't I think of what that is? I think it was just a paper bag. Just a paper bag. I thought it was a bird, just a paper bag. Why can't I think of what that is? Hey, dude, they got their health back. That's cool. Okay. I think there's a couple ghouls around these parts. Anybody? Anybody else want to negotiate? Okay, ooh, Radstag. Let's try Radstag. You know what? I don't know if Radstag will fly with the chainsaw. But Radstag in flight with the vertibots would not be too shabby. I don't know if they're going to actually launch. And the creatures don't seem to launch as well as a humanoid. No, see, they didn't move. That guy didn't even move. Sorry, Bambi. Unfortunately, you're not real. We can merve the Radstag. There we go. Oh, that actually felt okay. And the Radstag is gone. Let's do another one of those, dude. They're launching in the perfect location. I went too far off that way. Dude, you can take my 2-shot grenade from me. But you're never going to take my MIRVs. Where's the other one? There's one more, wasn't there? Yes. Bambi. Oh, oh! 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 Did you see it move backwards? Oh! You know, I don't think that's going to be, like, the best shot in the world, but... Like, that was ridiculous. And I think I've seen that happen specifically with the Radstags in the past. Didn't actually quite know the quote, just Google paper bag. Fiona Apple song came up. No, it's... why can't I think of the name? I can tell you that it was used in a skate video. I can tell you that it was used in the intro montage of... I believe it was Transworld Illustrated Example, also known as IE. It's in the intro video of that skate video. Intro section of that skate video. Hang on, let's get some more of these rad stags flying. Vertibots. Okay, this guy first. God, what is the band's name, dude? I should know this. It's not bad. Right there. He's right there. Get away from these trees, though, dude. What the hell? Dude, rad stags exhibit some interesting behavior when they start flying that high. When they start doing this. Yeah, let's actually throw it down in this little gully. Nope, didn't hit the actual rad stag. Attaboy. Attaboy. Get him in front of the moon, buddy. Ooh, and the moon. How about that? I'd take that. Buy that for $1. Get away from the dog. Okay, what else have we got? I think it's just the vertibirds that are noticing my presence. Oh, well, you know, that wasn't a bad... Let's see if we can... We got his body. Let's see if we can launch the head. Just the same. I think that... I don't know if the head's actually... Yeah, there it goes. There we go. Rad stag head in the moon. Should have happened even more soon. We got this guy. This guy. Oof. Ah. You know what? We're getting into the holidays, so little Rudolph the Red-Nosed rad stag in flight is not the worst thing in the world. Ooh. Is he gonna do the weird? Oh, he disappeared. That's a home run. That's a home run. Okay, what else are you guys attacking over here? Oh, this might be humanoid enemies over here. There's a rad stag. It's probably one of the ones that we flew a second ago. I should not have taken the meat, actually. That might have been a bad idea. There's another dog. It's bad to take the meat and the loot because it can actually initiate the corpse disappearing. Here we go. Well, let's get the moon and the rad stag first. Sweet, and then vertibot. Ah, nope. Hey! Did you know I can take you down with a camera? The camera is mightier than the sword, dog. Still not sure if sneak attack damage applies when you're... Here, we'll smack him to death with the camera. Ah! And then we'll try to merge that guy up to the vertibirds. Oh, he's stuck in the... I think he's stuck in the ground. Are you stuck? Or are you just keep getting caught by that tree? Oh, no, he's good. Dog and moon! No! Dog in the moon! There we go. Oh! No! Home run. Home run. Okay. Was there any more enemies over here? This little camp usually has a couple guys. But I think it might have just been those dogs. That might have been what... Oh, we got the Blood Eagle right here. Okay. While these guys are still flying around... Yes, dude. That's a perfect launch. Oh, the vertibots aren't really around, though. But we can get this moon shot. Standing on the moon. Ah! I don't think it's going to look like he was standing on the moon. I don't. Try it again. Although those guys are just bailing. Let's do one more. Get like one more attempt on this guy. And then we'll follow those vertibirds. Oh, here we go. Cargo bot. Ugh! I don't know if I should have zoomed in that second step, but how about this one? No, they're too low. But we keep launching this guy further towards where they're heading, so that's good. How's my, how's my, no, Polyboy. Wait, no. How is my numbers? Okay. Oh, we can take one more shot. Okay, we got to do, let's do one more shot with this corpse, and then we're going to have to do a review. I don't know, but that felt pretty good. And that was our last photo. So yeah, let's do a quick review. Hey, you know what, dude? That's a good shot. Okay. Look at that pose, dude. That is a pose. That's like, that guy's like, basically this guy's doing the Leo strut is what I'm seeing happening right now. If y'all aren't familiar with the Leo strut, you could look it up. Very important Leo strut guy. This one did not happen. Thank you, Johnny Boy. That one didn't happen. Oh no, this shot, dude. That guy's barely making it into the bottom of the frame. I shouldn't have zoomed in that second step on this shot. Delete it. Oh no. I wanted that guy's foot that's right on the moon. I wanted it stepping onto the moon. That's not a terrible shot, though. Good pose as well. Look at that guy just leaping through the sky. There's like nothing in this frame. I don't know what that is. Just the moon. There's our rad stag. Didn't come out very well. There again. Rad stag animals are the same thing. Actually, even more important. You really want all those limbs clearly visible. And in the case of a rad stag, you would want you want them to be standing, or at least appear to be standing, because that's going to give you the best view of their entire body. Not the best pose, so we'll delete that one. There's the rad stag head. That's incredible. I'm keeping that one. That looks really cool too. Remember how I was talking when we were doing the review earlier? I was talking about how there was the one NPC that if they had some kind of illumination added to them, they'd stand out really well. This is exactly what I was talking about, and that's actually not a bad pose on a rad stag either. Very appropriate for a holiday card. Yeah, exactly. We're getting into the holidays. Let's murder some reindeer. You know. Let's murder some innocent guys. That shot's actually pretty funny, too. Here I could have tilted down just like a tiny bit and added another layer of foreground because we have that beautiful illuminated foreground that would have been nice and separated from those distant blue-colored hills and then the rad stag above those. And the sky is not interesting. That top 10% of the sky is not interesting enough, so I should have tilted down. But anyway, doesn't matter. Okay, rad stag and vertibot. That's okay. We don't need this one. Oh, yeah, let's check these, dude. The red glow did not... That pose on that skeleton's great. This did not... I want to say this is the best one with these three guys. These other ones, the red's not in this one, so we can delete that one. This one, we only have the skeleton. We can delete that one. We only have one person there. It does look pretty cool with that flare color, though. Delete that one. That 3-for-1 is great there, so I'll keep that. This one, no. We just have the one skeleton. That's great. Love that shot. Upside down, blood eagle, blue sky. Hey, dude, that shot's pretty fun, actually. I wish those trees weren't in the frame. But that's pretty cool. Super mutant in flight. We just cropped his hand and foot out, so we'll delete that one. As much as I love this pipe rifle in flight, I mean, I'll keep it. I guess I gotta keep it. It's like the only weapon in flight we have, so we'll keep that. I love that these vertibirds are just hanging around. And then we have 10 shots, so we'll shoot out this roll. I'll probably wrap up after I finish out. Oh, we still have this guy here too, and the moon. Keep it going here. But maybe I'll shoot out this roll, and then maybe I'll start wrapping up or something. Although, no, it's fine. Okay, yeah. Yeah, this is fine. Merv this guy. Oh no, dude, don't go in the water. No, now he's dead to us. Water is like, that is the end of flight for any. Oh, come on. Okay, whatever. What are they shooting at over here? What are they shooting at over here? Well, looks like they're just kind of going to leave. Oh, wait, coming back. I got this dog up here. Ooh, dude, I actually like the way that water tower looks with the moon. So we got a dog with the vertibirds, though. Ooh, oh! Oh, man! That was so close to a silhouette in front of the moon. And there's that gray tortoise cigarette advertisement we were talking about. They're famous. Who would have thunk it? Okay, what are we gonna get? This is all gonna be robot. Oh no, there's some ghouls over here actually. There's some ghouls. This ghoul got taken out. Where are the other ghouls? Man, what sucks is that you just need these. You need the vertibot, vertibird and vertibot, strategic air command vertibots. You really need them to end up over an area with the right type of enemy, because we never come to this spot for photography. Although look at here, this guy's just not really doing anything. There we go. There you go. There you go. Oh my god, dude! It was two of the vertibots and the ghoul. You son of a bitch. That was great. Of course, now they're leaving, even though I was just getting into our ghoul shots. It's okay. We can do our own ghoul photography. Where's the moon? I'd love a moon ghoul. Ah! Yeah, come at me, bro. Here, I'll come around. I'll come around this side. There you go. Let's group them up. Group them up for maybe a 2 for, well, no. Ooh, cheap church steeple and some people. Where'd the other guy go? Man, it sucks the moon wasn't like right. Look at that shot. What if we got that with the, something like that with the, I'd love the full bell tower. Didn't happen though. Any more ghouls around here? I don't think so. Let's keep moving. Let's go back to where these vertibirds. are chilling. Toxic Valley is like not the best for. Actually, you know what? If we go to Wavy Willards, there'll be some scorched. But I don't know where they're going. Are they headed in a direction, or are you just flying around in circles, or is there any radstags around here that want to be flown? That I could help you out? Now, where are they heading? They're going, let's see, which direction are these guys going? Are they heading in a direction? It looks like the... Oh shit, there's a ghoul. Okay. Chainsaw ya. Oh! Oh, dude! That felt pretty good, man. They're gone. And they're gone. Okay. I think that one was feeling pretty good, man. I didn't see any random shit popping into my frame. I don't know. I was not actually paying attention to the pose on the ghoul itself. Okay, they're heading where they're heading. They're heading in some random direction. So we'll let them settle on another spot. And then why don't we go... Dude, look at that shot. Yes. That's actually not too bad. And dude, there's that twofer. That one's great too. I like you can see the stars. Almost a dog in the moon. That one's great. We don't need the dog in the moon. Delete that one. Let's just make a couple more spots here. You know, we got a couple cool shots tonight. You know what? Actually, I don't need this one. This with the church in there. We don't need that. Okay. Wait, how many shots did I have left? We have... okay, we have 8 more shots we can take. Let's just keep moving. Oh, no. They're going over to Pioneer Scout. Is that where they're heading? Looks like it, dude. Let's just keep following them. Because it's going to be sunrise now. Sunrise. That's a keeper. Yeah, exactly. We got some keepers. Wait. Gotta keep them separated. Only smoke Morley's. Back on Morley's. Already came up. Can't make it twice. Yeah, I get you. Okay, who's firing at what? I think I hear some super mutants, maybe. A super mutant. You can tell by the way that they have a very specific way that they fire their weapons. Where'd he go? Oh, look at him, he's still up there. I was like, what? I saw one body. Ah, those damn trees. Look at the cargo bot. It's just not having it. It's like, I'm done. I'm flying out of range from now on. Meanwhile, these guys will just try to take out everything in their path as long as possible. Which works for us. It actually... We are reaping all the benefits here because we get our chances with these guys. Oh my goodness. Did I crop the branch out? Dude, go ahead and fly really high up like that. Guess what? I can launch. Why are you guys... What are you doing? What are you doing? Hey, how are you? Want a piece of candy? Want some candy? you know what? This actually might not be a bad. With those, I know the vertibots are really far away. But watch this, dude. Super long lens. Oh! I wouldn't have minded like the silhouettes of those vertibots and stuff. Let's try it with a Merv. We got a 2-for-1 chance going on here with these guys, the way they landed. Mm-mm. Uh-uh. 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 Okay, where are you headed next over there, vertibots? Let's just go find them. Mononga Overlook. Ooh, they're right next to Ingram, though. That's one of our favorite spots. Keep it going. Yeah, we'll shoot out this roll. We will shoot out the roll. Let's see, where are they now? Unmarked verticopters. Vertering. What have we got down a... Oh, look at those storm clouds. Okay. Let's see, we got friendly raider versus... Oh, this blood eagle's going down. Okay, and storm cloud maybe. Shot over here. Thank you! And I got a kid. Look at what it is. Oh! Dude, if that tree wasn't just stuck in the middle of my frame. Thank you, Johnny boy. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, another blood eag. Oh wait, I don't want this. I don't want to sacrifice this firecracker berry. So let's pick that first. Then we can fly. Then we can fly somebody. Yeah. Oh, he's gonna be on fire. Okay, no. I was like, throw a freaking Molotov at him, catch him on fire, and then let me fly him. Don't step off the edge of the cliff, dude. We got you covered if you want to go places. Oh, no. No. No! No! It's okay. We'll fly back up. What? It's just bouncing off those rocks. Here's what we gotta do. We gotta do 2. 1, let it cook, explode. Another, and then that second one. Okay, lost cause. Keep moving. What's up, dude? Did I help you out?
Blood eagles are crazy. People think we're the bad guys.
Nah, don't worry about it. Well, you're not gonna survive if you stay there, though. Because I got a corpse here. I need to merge. So it's your choice, buddy. It is your choice. Sorry, pal. You're in the way. Storm clouds. They didn't get high enough, though. Nope. My health does not need to be this low. I probably have no food buffs. That's true. I have no buffs at all. Let's do... I'll food buff really quick. I might as well be. And then we'll finish out this camera roll. Real quick. Real quick, like. Okay. Ooh, that guy's in a sweet spot up there. Oh, step in front of the sun, dude. Boom. Caught his silhouette right between that tree and the hill. Love it.
I hate it when things get messy.
I'm still digging those storm clouds, though, so let's merv this guy. I know, again, this guy's not going to survive, but whatever. There we go, dude. There we go. Ah, didn't... Oh, why did I take that photo? was really bad. It's fine. We got this guy now. Take your pre-war money. Take your 5.56. Leave you your handmade. You're gonna need it in hell, sir. There we go. That's what we're talking about. Get him into that cloud a little bit. Ah, no. The rotation just wasn't there. How about this guy? Take your stim packs. This one raider is just watching me slowly launch his friend and colleagues into the atmosphere. Here we go. Ooh, there we go. Storm clouds. Put the horizon down. Not really a good pose. And I don't know. No, I really don't like these power lines at this level. You either want to be aiming over there where they're going to be stepping into the background a little bit. Or just omitting them completely. See if we can aggro this guy.
If someone gets a bigger
So I can-
something's up.
So we can chainsaw him. Whoops. Well. That still works, because now we can murv him. I forgot the power attack, or the bash attack does like a little bit of the melee damage on the chainsaw. Bad idea. We should have smacked him with the camera. But that's fine. Now we'll capture him with the camera. Storm clouds are gone, unfortunately. We can get this some beautiful cloud structure, maybe. Something like that. I'll take it. And then let's go up. Wait, where'd those vertibirds go? Let's just keep rolling with those, because that's really what we're looking for. They're going to be hanging out over by Monongah, huh? Maybe we can get them. Seneca should have Scorched and maybe a smattering of random other guys. So we'll rock that one. Yep. I hear those copters. What's kind of nice is that these guys distract the enemies, so I can kind of get away with a little bit more before I get hit than I usually would. Shit, okay. What else have we got? Oh, schnitzel. Okay, let's get rid of the bear. Too many enemies. Too many enemies. I'll let that blood dissipate for a second, and then we'll start with this guy. Shooting the wall? Pal. Can't go anywhere, okay. Yeah, you come over here now, please. Here, I can just thin out the numbers. There we go. There was the far-flung fireworks we're talking about. Let that blood just fade a little. Stop shooting me. Why are you shooting me? Ah! Wait, my no! Shit, dude, when I accidentally switched to the wrong... Or I put the other weapon on my quick slot spot. Bones me. Can really bone me. It's okay, we got plenty of Merv potential here. Plenty of Merv potential. And I got plenty of Oh! I hit him with the Merv. Did he go anywhere? I beamed him with it though, because if you peg him with the Merv, oh no, they're leaving again, dude. Are they going off to fight now? Frustrating, but okay, no, they're coming back. Okay, there we go. Okay, what's nice is that we do have some other random corpses here. We can mess around with. Oh wait, does that corpse not move? Guess not. It's okay, we got Scorched Corpse. Also, we're cooking off this car right here. Slowly but surely. No, they're all gone now. It's okay. Again, not bad if they're in the distance like that. As long as the NPC flies in the right direction, right towards them, we can get some decent shots. Oh man, he was in the frame a little bit, but I don't think it was the best. Oh! Now, if that turned into a good wire walker shot, it'd be incredible. I don't know how that's gonna look with how close the body was. Oh, there we go. This guy looks like he's kind of getting in the right spot. No, too low. I actually don't mind that it went over here because there's two guys here now. Well, is this going to be too low too? Yeah. And now they're gone. Now they're actually leaving. Damn you! Let's see where they're going up there. How many more shots do we have on the roll? I want to finish out this roll. Whoops. Ugh. Don't change appearance. There's me. There's another one of my characters that looks a lot more like what I actually look like. I don't think I think this is just one of the canned faces that just come pre-built. Looks like my eye color is slightly correct. Does those look hazel? Are those hazel? Your boy's got hazel eyes. Anyway, okay. Enough vanity for one day. Oh, hang on a second. Something kind of interesting about the way this Scorch is laying on this stone, half on and half off of this little wall. And so I want like a shot top down. Whoops. Of like just that body sitting on the wall like that. Let me put on a jetpack. Let's cheat and put on a jetpack. It's not cheating, but you know what I mean. I ain't making it more difficult. Okay, we want to be on that second step of the zoom. Yeah, okay. I'll take it. I don't know, it just spoke to me, you know? When it speaks to you, it speaks to you. And then how many shots do we have? Oh, that's it. That was our last take. That's fine. That was a good spot to end it anyway. It's getting late. I am really hungry, as usual. It tastes great on a cracker. Yes. Headley and Weich, the British toothpaste. Love that. You know how hard that line made me laugh the first time I heard it? Chris Farley saying that? Holy shit. Definitely going down as one of my all-time favorite SNL skits, dude, for sure. Keep the X-Files references coming. Yeah, well, that was, did you see the song of the day, brother? That was the song I said you'd appreciate. The song of the day is Unmarked Helicopters by Soul Coughing. Because I had just watched the episode that it popped up in, and it brought me right back. Because I know we had, I think either you had that album or somebody, like we got it. I was talking about how we knew the some people that worked on that show. And so we had some cool stuff that we got. But that's why we're doing all this vertibot shooting tonight. That's that was the theme. So it's thematically appropriate, the unmarked helicopters. Okay, so let's do, well, first of all, let's do a quick review. Let's delete, we have to delete one shot because we didn't do obligatory self-portrait either. So we can delete something trashy. Like, this is total garbage. That guy's not even anywhere interesting. So I'll just delete that. Okay, we have one more shot. So let's do obligatory self-portrait. Let's do, like, where's the Yaguai corpse goes? There a Yaguai corpse? No. What could we do? Fun. Do we want to do, gotta do something fun? Stand on top of the red rocket and play guitar or something. Gotta do the self-portrait. It just has to happen. And let's add some cool color effects. You're on top of red rocket. You gotta add some red to the rocket. Wide field of view. I guess. Oh no, dude, those things disappear so quick. Okay, so here's what we need. Let's be down here. Because we want the red rocket sign. Right here, we'll be on top of one of these
now
pumps.
It's locked in place.
Yeah, now it's locked,
Okay.
exactly.
So really, you think?
Let's just do...
God, Carol.
Stop hitting the air. So we could just throw like a cluster of these, or if they lasted longer than 2 seconds. Okay, let's just do a quick portrait with that red. Gotta do a pose. There we go, perfect. Ah, okay, got it. Before the red was gone. Sorry, try to take, well, I can't take one more, can I? There's like that little clapping noise. I'm all shook up. Is that supposed to be an Elvis type pose? I don't know if he ever did that, holding the guitar over the head while also dipping the mic like that. I don't know, but I'll call it an Elvis pose. And it sounded like a little, maybe like an Elvis inspired lick on the guitar string itself. Okay, anyway. Pop this in there. Why don't I see if we can AFK anything while we wrap up? Yes, we can AFK breach and clear. Ooh, we got in here with like the last minute available. Breach procedure.
Possible agitator presence detected near breach site.
Oh no, it failed. No. I did only have one more minute. I thought I'd have a couple more. Sometimes events will disappear from the event list, but they will still have time on them if you are in proximity, and you can still get into the event if you walk to the spot that it's taking place. And so I was hoping. Nice, got a little achievement. Am I gonna make it to level 200 on the scoreboard? Am I? Yes, I did. Oh, 202. Nice, dude. I was waiting for that. I did not purchase any of those. I did not purchase any upgrades. Okay, I got to level 200 all on my own. Well, with me and my trusty fixer, that is. Okay, so we can't AFK that. No, we can't AFK anything. Not gonna be anything to AFK. That's fine. In that case, we'll just take a nap. Although, I'm not going to do a review with that beeping around, so let's actually head somewhere a little less, oh, wait! Hey! Hey! Breach and Clear came back! Okay!
Location must be cleared before breach.
We will AFK this event. That's kind of fun. This event pops up pretty regularly, so I guess I'm not that surprised that it came right back. I think that is basically what I have noticed. So what we gotta do is pick off a couple of these guys that respawned. Have one of those. Have some of this. I would be maybe trying to fly these guys if we had more space on the camera roll. We don't. So forget about it. Wake up, fool. Hey, there he goes. Yeah, buddy. Wake up, fool. Oh! Whoa. Okay, let's step away so we don't have freaking the mother lode speaking to us, which is the name of that digging robot. Need to stay over here. I've retreated to a safe distance. We can sleep, we can review, and we can wrap up. And we'll be getting some bonus points for completing Breach and Clear. Oh wait, did I exit? Wait, what? Wait, what? Oh, god damn it, no. Okay, that was fine. Sometimes I run a little too far away. Okay, now we're good. Go back to bed, buddy. Go back to sleep, you fool. Okay. I do have a telephone on my backpack if you need it. Alright. Quick review. Let's wrap this thing up, man. I still have to do YouTube posting stuff. Still got to do some editing and stuff. I got stuff to do. You know what, dude? Some of these shots came out pretty cool. Okay. So, again, kind of theme of the night was trying to get these vertibot, strategic air command vertibot shots. In this case, unmarked vertibots hovering. And you know what? We got a couple decent shots, I think. This first one, not too bad. I actually like that angle on the vertibot itself coming. It's not quite 3/4 view from the back, looking towards its fuselage. But I think that's kind of a cool view on a vertibot like that, vertibird like that. And again, I'm going to accidentally use vertibot, vertibird, and cargobot, and cargo bird. I'll probably say cargo bird, which doesn't even exist. But I use those terms interchangeably on accident, so forgive me. This guy got blown out. Those trees are kind of crap, but it was a good first attempt, so this is nice. A little decent Blood Eagle with some sweet Converse. Doing a backflip, just backflipping right through that beautiful blue sky. That's okay. This was like the stand. This is a very basic standard photography shot, but not too shabby. I'm gonna go back. We're gonna do this as many times as I feel necessary till we get a desirable giant amount of enemies flying around a small room shot, which is what this is going to be. But I do like adding that red flare. That I think adds a lot of flavor. Adds some flavor to this shot. And so I will keep trying that. This is the best so far. That cluster of the 3 guys right there does look pretty nice, and they're actually falling under that nice top-down illumination from the break in the ceiling. So they're standing out really well, and then they just have a little bit of that red tinge on the rim of their body from that nice little flare that we added. And there's the red glow to the room now too. Although I'm not 100% sure how important the flares were. Maybe we'll try that again. It doesn't look like it's really helping them stand out as much as I would have hoped, but we also said that when we were talking about enemies that were outside of that primary light source. So I think enemies around the peripheral area of the room would benefit from that red light more than these three that we captured here are going to do. So we'll play around with that more. We got a good rad stag in flight with vertibot. This is okay. I think the rad stag is a little nice. This rad stag is like a little too far away. But the vertibot looks good. Vertibot looks good. Rad stag is like a little bit too far away. And maybe not in the best pose. Although I think it actually would look okay if it was closer because it's completely upside down in profile view. And it looks like its arms and legs are extended straight out from its body. So that wouldn't be bad. And then we got this is a much better rad stag shot. Upside down over the hills and far away. Again, just wish I had tilted down to include that first foreground layer of color, because that would have contrasted and balanced really well with the blue in the background, and then we would have had a nice frontal layer to add some more dimension to the shot. I mean, there's enough there so that it's okay, but I do wish I had a nice small bit of the entire foreground covered, the very frontal part of the foreground covered in that more red, bright coloring than the dark blue back or dimmer blue black background like that. Still pretty cool. Then we got a good rad stag with the moon. I mean, these are the best rad stag shots we've got so far, my friends. Okay, and I know they're not usually what we're going for because we very rarely end up getting rad stag shots anyway. So I'm sure if we got more, which we will attempt to do more over time, we would accomplish even better images. But for now, these are the best we've had. So I'm loving those. And then we got the rad stag head by itself with the moon. If only we had the vertibots in there, because what would have been really fun is if we had the headless corpse, the head, and a vertibot in there, because then it would have been like, I guess the vertibot chopped the head off and then they're all flying around together. That would have been kind of fun. But you know what, just getting the head by itself that's good enough for me. And the moon looks gorgeous, sky looks gorgeous. Wish there were some clouds in there, but can't win them all. This is a great pose. My biggest issue is that I knew what I really wanted here was to have his foot just on the tippity top of the moon, so it looked like he was just stepping on it. That's kind of what we're going for with these type of shots, where it looks like they're interacting with the moon in some kind of a way. I think this is like, well, this one looks like the guy's doing a little tightrope walk in front of the moon. Always loved that one. And then this one looks like the guy's riding the moon like a bucking bronco. He's like, yeehaw, yippee-ki-yay, as we say. I called this one Yippee-ki-yay Cultist, is the title of that photo. But it doesn't look like in this shot that the cultist is really, or this is a blood eagle, that the blood eagle's really associated with the moon, other than he's just kind of stepping in front of it. But I wanted it to look like his descending foot was stepping right on top of the moon. So that didn't happen, but still not a bad shot. This is a great pose. Very, very interesting little pose there. Moon looks good. Stars look good. I do, again, like it when we have some illumination from the foreground separating the NPC from the background. See, in this shot here, we have none of the actual foreground light effect is actually hitting the NPC. But here it's illuminating him so he stands out really well against the background, which is usually what we would want. This is a great 2 vertibot plus 1 ghoul shot. That's not too shabby. I don't really like how those are all separated around the frame. I think we could have, if I could place those myself, it would be very different. If I could choose exactly where those 3 elements were placed, I'd probably choose a little bit different than that. Because they're not really, it's all very lopsided and very unbalanced with how all those are sitting around the frame from each other. And I, of course, would wish there were some more clouds in the sky, adding some better texture, especially in the void, the blank areas of the sky, the top right and bottom left, especially. Some clouds down there could have definitely helped balance the frame out. But you know what? 2 vertibirds plus 1 ghoul, not easy to accomplish. So the fact that we got that at all is nice. We got there's a very good single shot of vertibot with ghoul in flight. I'm into that one. Biggest issue here is that there's 0 detail to the sky. Maybe not the best way for the vertibot to be oriented. You know, not my favorite angle of view on that vehicle, but you know, again, we're really wanting to get these done, so we're gonna keep attempting for perfection. Oh, that shot's pretty sweet. Little bit of the branch in that bottom right side, though. I almost cropped that out. I like very, very, very minusculely got it in there, so I'm disappointed by that. Again, the sky looks terrible. Maybe not the best pose or the best. Actually, the vertibot looks good from that angle, right below like that. That looks okay, but no really good detail in the sky, and the ghoul pose is, that's not the best. Plus, he's wearing the I can't tell if that's the mailman hat. I think that's a cop hat. I think it's supposed to be a police officer hat, and that doesn't look right, because you can't see the face. You can't see the face or the head of that ghoul very well. Not the worst, but I would prefer to see some face structure. This one didn't really work out. All the cargo, everything's stacked up there. The cargo bot stacked up with the ghoul, which is stacked up with the vertibot, and then the 2 vertibots are stacked up above that. The ghoul's falling out of the frame. Everything's super small in the frame. There's nothing anywhere in the peripheral top left or right side. You could just crop in all the way down to the like a square just around the ghoul, and you'd get all that stuff in there. It's a terrible shot. It's terrible, terrible, terrible. No good on this one. Here, actually, I'm just going to delete this one, and then I'm going to delete this one. I do like to have a little bit of space on my camera roll while we're not streaming, so I can shoot some stuff if I want to. Not a good pose here. That tree in the center of the frame is really boning me. Like the storm clouds in the background, we have an interesting color to from the sunset. I believe that's sunset, right? But no, we can delete that one. This is. I thought it'd be cool if he walked in front of the silhouette in front of the sun like that, but no. I mean, what else? The wall at the bottom of the frame looks terrible, just taking up 50% of the bottom of the frame. That very lackluster stone wall there. Terrible, terrible shot. Let's just delete that one. No, this pose is terrible on that guy. Stormcloud is, no. I mean, Stormcloud looks okay. But I should have panned to the left a little bit and cropped up to the edge of the storm cloud on the right side of the frame, because we had more storm clouds on the left, so we could have just included more of that element. But I think I was trying to frame something out. I think there was more of those power structures, the power conduit structures, all on the left side, so maybe I was just trying to crop those out. Delete that one, though. This one's okay. Into the blue yonder guy. Nothing really special about it. The pose isn't good. Clouds don't look that great. Nah, we can delete that one. Almost a good 2 vertibot, 1 NPC. Got some bad trees popping in the bottom and the right side of the frame. And the vertibots are really not... I don't mind... I actually wouldn't mind if the one on the left, bottom left, was like that. Kind of just peeking out of the frame a little bit with its right propeller. But the body is not placed in the frame to balance with that. And then the trees look like garbage. So let's just delete that. And then we did our obligatory self-portrait, which we can just delete that. We don't need the obligatory self-portrait. Delete that. So ProSnap pick of the day. I'm going to say the ProSnap pick of the day is going to the Radstag head in flight with the moon. Because that's brilliant. Always a pleasure to get some decapitated heads flying around. I think I've had like one other decent decapitated head flying. Any body parts, in fact, would be a fun little addition to our image. Thank you, Vexplore. Thank you. But yeah, I'll say it's the Radstag head with the moon. ProSnap pick of the day. You heard it here. Anything else I can AFK while I finish wrapping up? No, not really. Dude, look at that. See, you go to sleep and you wake up and you just got that done. I will get well tuned while I wrap up. That I can accomplish easy breezy. Oof. What an evening. Yeah. What an evening. Yeah. Yeah, I hope that was fun and exciting and entertaining, and we got some really good ones. Thank you, Ignorant. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah. Like we're just getting, we're getting into doing some of these vertibird type images. I'll try to mess around with that in the future as well. Because we haven't had that many of those, and it is a very difficult subject because you're you got to coordinate the trajectory from the body in flight, and then you got to just hope that the vertibots are going to be passing in the right spot in the sky to line up properly. So there's a lot of random elements that I can't control. But we'll get better ones. Believe me, I have not. I mean, you know that we've been trying to get those moonshots. The moonshots are like the number one, and I still haven't got a moonshot that I would say is perfect in terms of what I really was going for. And it's the same thing with the 2122, dude. That's a good roll, my friend. Oh yeah, we'll rate the stream in a second. It was a decent stream. I was pretty good about it. Damn, yeah. 21 out of 22 is not bad. But like all these shots, like anytime I have a shot in mind, like I'm going to continually work on it until we achieve at least a pretty close approximation of exactly what I had in mind. And even after that, I'm probably still going to go for the same shot again until we get something that's satisfactory. And then even after that, we'll probably even keep going because you can always do better. Always room for improvement. So we'll do more of those vertibird shots for sure. More vertibird shots. Continue getting those moon shots. I'm really glad that the auto melee weapons are working out the same way that we've been flying the enemies with the grenade launcher. We can fly them pretty well with the chainsaw. The only issue is that it's a closer range than we're used to with the grenade launcher, so we cannot really engage multiple enemies at once without really getting messed up, and then we're getting a lot of blood on the lens, and then we got to back off. So there's a little bit more of a procedure in terms of like singling out an enemy that's separated enough from the rest of the enemies in the area and flying them up. But we're going to continue to do that. And then hopefully, like I said, they'll patch or unpatch, I guess, or break or unbreak, whatever it was, whatever way it went, the ability to launch enemies with the explosive weapons rather than just grenades or the chainsaw. So we'll see. Time will tell. But yeah, thank you all for coming and hanging out. I really, really appreciate it. Y'all made my night. Welcome, Bread Whales, again. Thank you very much for joining the dark room. Hope it was well worth your time. I really appreciate you spending the time here. Really makes it special when y'all come and hang out. So thank you all very much. Yeah, thank you to our new members. Play banjo. Wait, I missed some stuff. Wait. Emil had it. Oh, my older brother had the X-Files, the Xbox CD, the X-Files CD. Watching X-Files on an Xbox, would that not be fitting? Come on, Todd. Yeah, exactly. We'll see how that works. We'll see if he's to blame. I keep having this small feeling in the back of my head like I'm doing something wrong and that's why they're not flying anymore. Because that's just how I am. I'm going to blame myself for whatever. Also, did my light go down a little bit? I think this is supposed to be... No, we're good. We're good. Okay. Yeah, despite, some of the ways we used to shoot not being available, we're just making do with what we got. And we're experimenting with new things. And I'm going to continue to do that. They're always coming out. I mean, these auto melee weapons... I guess the chainsaw was already available. I'm not sure if they worked the same until they released the patch that introduced the new auto melee weapons, and then also the legend. Obviously, this definitely wouldn't work without the legendary perk cards that are adding the explosive effect to the melee weapons. So, as they continue to add stuff and patch it, things can change. We might need to, reevaluate how we do this. Hopefully the MIRVs always work. I got a feeling like the MIRVs are going to be pretty standard no matter what. But the weapons that we choose to use, that might be changing. But you never know. We'll see. That's about it, man. Let's do some social lists here. Oh, whoops, socials, you doofus. So, if you enjoyed the stream and you were having fun and this is the kind of stuff you're into, you like photography stuff, and you like games, and especially how photography is associated with games and media and such. So my bro, wait, hang on a second. You're gonna lay something? Are you laying something on me? Anyway. If you like the stream, follow the stream. It really helps out. Helps grow a first Witcher stream. Probably not next week. We're sometime. The next thing I'm gonna do is ProSnap is thank you, Gary. Thank you. The next game that I really wanted to play in depth is going to be Pokemon Snap, is what we mentioned. So the next game we do the deep dive into is Pokemon Snap, which is going to be a fun playthrough. That'll be the first game, I think, on here that will actually start at the beginning and play all the way through, because that's going to be a really fun little adventure. And then that's going to be obviously one of the next photography in Pokemon Snap videos that will work on, which your upgrade isn't until the 14th. Ooh, that's my birthday, bro. December 14th is my birthday. What is that day? What will we be doing on the 14th? It's a Wednesday? Maybe we'll do a Wedding Wednesday on my birthday in Stardew Valley. Birthday stream. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. That's 2 weeks from now, right? 2 weeks? Basically 2 weeks. Not quite 2 weeks. Basically 2 weeks, though. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, if you enjoyed the stream and you want to help support the dark room here and help us grow, obviously following the stream really helps out. And if you enjoyed this, obviously, it's a good place to keep an eye on. So you might want to consider following us. Also, check out the YouTube if you did enjoy this and you want to watch anything we've done in the past. Check out YouTube, because all our previous streams end up there, along with what we're always working on, which is what I was just talking about, photography in Fallout 76. We'll have a nice video detailing the photography in this game when we are ready for it. Again, we've been playing this game for a while, but I've been wanting to build up an audience and really get some experience doing this before we really jumped in and produced those videos, but we will have all that up on YouTube, so check that out. And you can also see just clips from each stream if you don't want to watch 3 hours photography and you just want to see the best shots that we've taken on each stream. Those also end up as shorts on YouTube. Also TikTok, same thing. Shorts are parallel to each other on TikTok and YouTube, so if you prefer one platform versus the other, check those out. Check them out. And we also have Witcher Wednesday. Yeah, I mean, dude, Witcher's great, man. Witcher is great. Not that I played it, because I haven't, but believe me, all my friends have definitely given me a clue about how good that game is, that series. So we'll get there. Also, we have a really cool website that we're working on for this game specifically. The ProSnap Camera Club website, ProSnaps. ProSnaps.com. ProSnapCameraClub.com will be the dedicated website to the photography in Fallout 76 and documenting and detailing the customization of the Argus camera that we are building into our exact replica of the camera we use in game. All of that will be detailed pretty much both on the YouTube and on ProSnapCameraClub.com. Not sure exactly how all this stuff will be worked out on each one. How many more weeks until the Pokemon Snap stream? Not sure about Pokemon Snap. I don't know. I know. I have no schedule yet, really. Witcher is great. Someone who has never played The Witcher yet. Which is great, dude. Well, you know what? I've seen the show. Okay, and the show was incredible. So, what do you want? Actually, I only saw the first. The show's great, says the guy who's only seen the first season. Streamlabs has answered. 1 on an 8. We got one. Oh, it's 1 week? I thought it'd be more if you rolled less. I'm screwed for less. Don't anticipate. We'll see. We shall see. I'm also still trying to decide if I was going to do Pokemon Snap on Switch or on on Switch or on the N64. That's my decision is, do we want to go classic and actually play on an N64, or do we want to do new Pokemon Snap? Which is, I mean, it's the same game, right? As far as I know, I should look into that. I thought it's just basically a remastered version, which maybe that's the way to go because the graphics should be a little bit better. Right, exactly. I need to borrow your N64. It's a new game. It's not the same. Why did I think it was a remake or something? I don't know why I thought that. This is why I need to do some more. But that's why I don't bring up Pokemon Snap, because I'm not ready. Not ready, man. There are both. Oh, no shit. Okay, so maybe that's that's what it is. Yeah, new Pokemon Snap is a different one. Yeah, and then there's the remastered version of just a regular Pokemon Snap. Whatever. We're getting into that at some point. You know how you can learn all this information, by the way, how you're going to be able to keep track of all this stuff, is to be on the Discord. Join us on the Discord. Oh, God damn it. Join us on the Discord. And all these questions will be answered promptly. Or, well, prompt is, that's a strong word. But you will be able to retrieve some of this information eventually on the Discord if you're following along. So obviously keep track of that in due time. Yeah, in due time. In time. That always, I know it's not in due time in Exorcist, but the girl, little possessed girl is like, you know, the priest is like, show us your power if you're so great or whatever. And then she just goes, in time. And she says it like twice. She goes, in time. And then he's like, come on, show us something. And he gets, she or he, if you want, depending on if you're looking at it, gets all angry. And he's like, in time. Gets all angry. It's what I always think about. We could clip that. We could use that as a redemption. In time. Anyway, is that what you're talking about? Maybe, maybe not. Or wait, you were correcting something else. Whatever. Okay. I'm wrapping up here, okay? well, that's about it. Check out the Discord and be on the Discord if you want to. Nailed it, yeah. Original Pokemon Snap for N64 game was re-released. Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack 2022. Yeah. You have the tools. Yeah, we got the tools. We got the talent. We'll do it. Either way, be patient with me, okay? I'm only human. Either way, I very much appreciate everybody coming and hanging out. You all make this happen. Wouldn't be here without you. So thank you all for making this thing move. You know, because it would not without you. Behind it, exploding with talent. I'm brimming with talent and ideas, like a hat, like a big old ProSnap hat that just goes, pew, whip. You know, I'm so many ideas. Merchandising next week for my follow-up in person. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, love you all. Appreciate you all. Hope everybody enjoys the rest of their weekend. Everybody deserves it. Please take a minute and just have some fun this weekend. Relax a little bit. Enjoy your life. You really deserve it. Take care. Take pictures. Don't lose your dinosaur. Palmos of the flamethrower. Yeah, exactly. And I'll see everybody next week. Did I say everything right? Yeah. Take care. Take pictures. Don't lose your dinosaur, man. Love you all. Thank you all. Appreciate you all. Goodbye all. Peace all. Thank you. Wait, first of all, rating of the stream. I'll do like 3 ProSnap, a Todd Howard, a Dorito, and I don't know, let's say 1 Bleeding Purple Heart. Sounds like a good rating to me. And I'll snack you all. Snack you all. Oh wait, whoa. I'm sorry. We are getting just one more. I'm sorry. Just what? I'm a big fan of Columbo. Sorry, just one more thing. Cheers. Have a good weekend, everybody. I really appreciate your love and support. Thank you. And then I'll probably pop open another beer while I do my final edit after I wrap up. So, yeah, again, all the things I already said. Goodbye. I love you. Bye. Did I thnack? I threw a thnack. Yeah, you're good. We're good. Peace.